All right, let's go.
Oh boy, oh boy.
OnlyFans has completely ruined an entire generation. Dog, when I tell you, nuclear bombs couldn't even do nearly as much damage as what OnlyFans did to our society. Where I knew OnlyFans was getting bad, when I seen people not even giving life a shot at the age of 18 and going straight to OnlyFans once the clock hit 12. If you thought that Reddit...
I think this guy's a bit younger than me. Because, like, for me, like, I see that, and it's really actually not a shock. Howard Stern had, like, a countdown timer for when, like, the Olsen twins were going to turn 18. This isn't anything that's new at all. This is just a new iteration. And by the way, back then, nobody had a problem with it.
Okay,
I mean, some people did, right? But
wait. Is he cooking? Hold up, wait.
He still did. Yeah, it was gross. It was, right? And that's an adult, right?
TikTok, 4chan, and Twitter did damage. Just wait till you hear all the damage that OnlyFans has done in this
let's
video.
see it.
Now, for the first damage that I think OnlyFans has done to society is that it's normalized a lot of weird behavior. We live in a time where people get their back blown out in front of a camera for thousands of people to see, but it's somehow okay because they make a lot of money. That is not normal, and that is not something that we should normalize / celebrate. Look,
I don't think that you need to normalize.
What? How is that different from, like, porn? I just don't understand how that's different from, like, porn? What did he say?
Weird behavior damage that I think OnlyFans has done to society is that it's normalized a lot of weird behavior. We live in a time where people get their back blown out in front of a camera for thousands of people to see, but it's somehow okay because they make a lot of money. That is not...
Isn't that just porn? How is that because of OnlyFans? Hasn't that just been... I don't know that that's OnlyFans. I would say that that's just, like, this porn. If anything, actually, OnlyFans, I feel like, has reduced the amount of sex acts with other people. Because obviously, as you would imagine, a lot of sex workers who have full control tend to prefer to just do solo content. It's just safer. You don't have to worry about whether or not you know this other person, whether or not they're going to do anything weird. You don't have to worry about, like, business transactions with this other person, like how much you're supposed to pay them, whether or not they're going to bother you for more content in the future, whatever. You know, if anything, we've had a lot more experience in the other direction. Abusive producers and directors are losing their jobs. It's actually amazing. Yeah, fuck those people. Genuinely. Fuck the people in the porn industry that were very exploitative. So, okay, I just don't, yeah. Now, guys, wait, this video might actually be a based Asmon video. I hate to say it, but it's a very well-known fact that Asmon loves big old titties and that he's pretty pro-sex work. Man likes to goon, like he's pretty proud of it. I mean, have you seen where he lives? So this actually, he might be base. Don't hold your breath, but it's a coin toss with this guy.
Not normal, and that is not something that we should normalize / celebrate. Look,
I don't think that you need to normalize or celebrate what somebody else does. I agree with that, but I also don't think that somebody should be prevented from doing it. Like, I don't think that it's a good idea that you can, like, tell somebody they can't do that as long as they're doing it towards adults and adults are the audience. He's right, it's not normal. No, I don't really think it's normal either. But I don't think it needs to be celebrated. It's not like this is a great thing.
I would push back. I think it's normal. I think if you think sex is normal, I think watching sex acts is just as normal. It's it's one of the few things that's been around for a very long time. Okay, it's very normal.
Like that, but you can do it. Sure, you can do it. It should be classified as porn, though. OnlyFans is
per hour from lifting wrong. So.
Oh no!
Porn. Who thinks it's not porn? What? There's people who think that? He's saying it's more accepted. No, it's not. Like I
would say the opposite. I would say that OnlyFans is not more accepted than traditional porn. I think people, specifically women, tend to go to OnlyFans way more frequently than they would ever join the porn industry. But that's because the porn industry is scary. Like, you're probably going to get put into a predatory contract. You're probably going to be doing scenes you don't want to do. And you're not actually the one making the majority of the money. Even though it's you and your face on the screen. So it's really not shocking that creators or people today who want to do sex work are way more likely to go do OnlyFans than they are to join porn, like a traditional porn industry. So I would say that there are more women that are probably engaging in the porn industry today, but that's, I think, more because there's now a safe alternative for it.
I was at an appointment for my back.
Doesn't OnlyFans still take 60% of the money? No, OnlyFans takes 20%, which is less than Twitch's 30% cut for people who pass the Partner Plus program.
I asked the doctor there, I was like, do you know what OnlyFans is? Because I was talking about like a friend of mine that did it, and like the fact that like she moved away because of taxes. Why? Well, it made sense in the context of the story. And he's like, no, I don't know what it is. He had no fucking idea. I think that a lot of people have no clue. Yeah, they have no idea. Like, I think that on the internet, it's very easy to think that like the whole world is there. But yeah, he lied, by the way. You think he lied? Well, maybe you're right.
Understand that these OnlyFans girls be having Lambos, numerous penthouses, a few rollies, and more money than I could ever imagine. But at the same time, they also have zero dignity if they can proudly brag about how their cheeks are getting clapped online for $4.99 a month. Why are we flexing our cheeks getting obliterated online? I just don't think.
Honest question, okay? Genuine question. Genuine. You guys can tell me what you think. Would you rather have dignity by working at a traditional job where an employer breathes down your neck, is constantly threatening to fire you, which that happens in a lot of retail services, with like blue collar labor, get paid minimum wage, but you have your dignity? Not sure how you don't lose your dignity in the process of all of that. Or would you rather lose your dignity and have millions of dollars? I don't understand. I don't understand. First of all, I don't understand how you don't lose any dignity having a boss that gets to just control what you do all day, every single day, calls you after work hours, pays you minimum wage, treats you like shit, and you have customers that treat you like shit. I don't understand how you don't lose any dignity doing that, but like existing naked, like you as a human being existing naked is losing your dignity. I don't get how that works out in his math. I don't really understand. Boy math is very confusing, to be fair. Yeah. So
think that is just weird to me. Another thing about OnlyFans is that it completely normalized adult films, aka porn. Like, I swear back then, being an adult film star used to be one of the most frowned upon jobs ever. But OnlyFans has made.
But why is that good? Also, it still is.
Is that true? I mean, kind of. Like, I don't know. I mean, Like, I'm trying to think about it. Now, half the movies have nudity. Yeah, money's money. Yeah, I think money is money for sure. I think that also, like, is doing sex work really, like, because you can make a lot of like moral decisions about like something, but like, is it like logically worse than doing a number of other jobs where you're effectively using your body to do something?
Also, using your body in ways that are very dangerous and degrading. Need I pull up the video of the man who got injured working at a fucking Lay's factory, and then in an attempt to seek any justice, they just started stalking him? This video?
They are stalking us, recording my kids playing in the yard.
I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy.
I tried to hold it in, I'm sorry.
What's Lay's? What I do with your mom? But in this instance, it's talking about Frito-Lay Company, aka the Chips Company.
So I got the job at Frito-Lay in January of 2011. Prior to Frito-Lay, I was in the United States Navy.
Leaving the service, he just needed to matter. He needed to belong and have a purpose. We both thought he found that in Frito-Lay. And so we kind of centered our life around it.
I worked hard. I bust my butt every day, in and out. Shit, my wife was gonna divorce me because she didn't even think I was at work for real.
No, I did not believe my husband just spent 20 hours at work. No one would believe that. He's not a
Go for it, Craig. We can try and watch it if we get to finish some of this other stuff.
doctor. It's chips. It's chips and dip.
I went on a stretch one time of like 26 days in a row. Was using a dock door. You press the button and it automatically does what it's supposed to do. I got electrocuted. I was taken to the ER, but the emergency room they took me to was 45 minutes away. We passed 4 hospitals on the way to the hospital they wanted to take me to. And the reason that is because they signed a contract with a certain hospital and a certain network.
From the very next day after the accident, my husband was never the same. He was working really hard to even just get up on to the side of the bed. Usually he's like hops out of bed and he hurries up, puts his clothes on, and he shoves food down his throat and he's out the door, you know, in 30 minutes. He was used to it. He was trained to do that in the service.
When I say I was healthy
Thank you, Craig.
as an ox, I was healthy as an ox.
We just didn't have any answers. They said he should have been fine, but he wasn't.
I didn't get any time off after the incident. I had to call off the next day as a sick day. I told you I was in pain. I told you it hurts when I walk. And it was like, okay, you know, are you gonna be here tomorrow? I was a site lead and I know what that entails. You're a leadership of the whole warehouse. So if you have to fill in, you have to fill in. I asked for some type of relief period because I was still obligated to work, like picking cases and unloading trucks or rotating product on a forklift. I asked for a chair that I could sit in that would make me more comfortable while I'm doing my office work. They denied it.
But don't worry, guys. He has his dignity because he's not naked at his job. Real good, honest to God, women and men should rather they should prefer to experience this than have financial security. Like, be real, dude. Be real. And anyone in here who has either dealt with a back injury themselves or has known someone who has dealt with any back injury, that shit is serious. That shit is very, 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 very serious. A friend of mine, their mother got in an accident, in a car accident that was not their fault. And they got a back injury because of it. And they had to have like plates installed. And to go to bed, the pain is so bad, the chronic pain is so bad that they have to take opioids every night to go to bed. and that they would rather not, but it's the only way that they can actually fall asleep. Like, that shit is not a joke. That shit is not a joke. And then guess what? If you stop being able to show up to work, they just fire you. Well, you ran out of sick days, but I got injured because of your equipment. Yeah, but you can't do the job anymore, so we're firing you. You can collect unemployment, though.
You're either 100% or you can't work. It just felt like they was just trying to push me out. Eventually, I got an MRI by my primary doctor, and he showed that I had 2 herniated discs in my back. And he was like, you shouldn't be doing anything. They could only fix it with surgery.
And my husband still had to work this whole entire time.
So, yeah. Mnemonic, thank you so much for the 20 months. Thank you. Thank you. I'll post this video for anyone who hasn't seen it. I've shown it a couple times because I think it's just like, this is just one example of what is happening to hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people in the US who have to work in factories or who have to work construction. Anyone who has to work any type of job where they can get physically injured, the second you get injured, you're not useful anymore and you aren't making us enough money, so we're firing you. We're firing you. Sorry. It's so ridiculous to see women who recognize that they can make money doing sex work and recognize that there is a way for women to escape and men as well, by the way. It's just nobody likes to talk about it. They only like to talk about women who do sex work, but men can make a lot of money in sex work. And historically, men have gotten paid more for traditional porn. It's just that a lot of men don't want to do sex work for a male audience. Men want to do sex work for a female audience. And sadly, there just isn't a big female audience for sex work. There's just not nearly as many women who want to watch porn as there are men who want to watch porn. But that's neither here nor there. More to the point, you're really going to go after women who see a way to escape the shithole capitalist system that is here in the US because they don't have dignity? I mean, okay, I guess if that's what you're gonna call it, sure. Sure, man. Okay. Well, whatever you say, man. Whatever you say.
I don't know. I don't really think it's that much worse, personally. I don't think so. Like running a casino, right? Like, I would say running or working at a casino is worse than doing sex work. Like, if you want to use like a moral argument, I think that it's worse.
It completely acceptable.
That's true.
Like, if somebody told you that they did OnlyFans, you genuinely wouldn't be surprised nowadays. But back then, that would have been.
I don't know. I feel like it's still surprising for a lot of people. I don't know, man. I feel like, see, this is like another example of like kind of how the internet philosophy is like really kind of it's been very normalized, and people think that the way people think on the internet is normal. That's not really true. Like, I see all the time girls that do OnlyFans and then like their parents kick them out or they don't want to talk to them anymore constantly. But what ends up happening is like, this is kind of similar to the Nick Merckx thing, where being negative about sex workers is not good. Like in terms
what a
of
based feminist king. It's so true, Asmon.
like advertising and everything like that. Like, being like pro sex worker is like, this is the thing that you're supposed to think, so you don't see other people who are saying the opposite because they don't want to get in trouble. They don't want to lose sponsors. They don't want to be seen as sexist, right? So if you had a completely open dialogue where you were able to listen to and hear what people think about sex workers, the truth is that you'd see a lot of people saying negative stuff about it. But the reality right now is that content creators don't say a lot of bad stuff about it because it's not culturally and financially advantageous. because it gets misconstrued into sexism. But that doesn't mean, just because people aren't speaking doesn't mean that they aren't thinking. I think a lot of people think that it's bad.
The Asmon special. Say something based, follow it up with something that makes no sense.
Wouldn't that be considered normalization? It is, but it's done in a way that's artificial.
Got to keep us on our toes, yeah.
One of the most shocking things to ever hear. Another weird behavior that OnlyFans has kind of normalized is spawn camping young women until they turn 18 for
Again, actually, Asmongold actually said it really well. The spawn camping women until when they turn 18 has been something that literally has been happening forever. Since we put in age of consent laws, it has been happening. That is not a new thing. That is not a new thing that is like what? I don't know what the fuck you're talking. What?
For example, y'all remember when Danielle Bergoli started OnlyFans 1 week after she turned 18 and she made $1 million within just 6 hours of it?
I don't think this is anything new. I think this guy's younger. I don't think he remembers how much degenerate, creepy, weird shit like this happened in the 80s and not 80s, I wasn't around, in the 90s and the 2000s.
Someone tell this guy about the barely legal category in porn.
Yeah, there was creepy shit like this constantly. And in my opinion, I think it was worse then. Because the difference is that the people, like back then, mainstream celebrities would sexualize underage girls extremely regularly. Now it happens, and these girls make the money from it, but it's not reinforced.
Releasing, that means that there were some grown adults out there that found Danielle Bergoli attractive as a young girl, but they wouldn't necessarily say that. So they chose their next best option, which was to wait for this young girl to turn 18. Now they can see her naked legally. Like, the concept of that being legal is just absolutely strange to me. And
well, how can that not be legal, right?
Here's a great example, guys. Emma Watson, when she was doing the Harry Potter stuff. And obviously she was a kid when she started acting in the Harry Potter stuff. And we obviously watched her grow up, right? Because that's what happens with child actors. Here's her talking about that experience.
No, and I remember, on my 18th birthday, I came out of my 18th birthday party, and photographers lay down on the pavement and took photographs up my skirt, which were then published on the front of the English tabloids the next morning. If they published the photographs 24 hours earlier, they would have been illegal, but because I had turned 18, they were legal. And obviously, Dan and Rupert, who are my male co-stars, don't wear skirts. But I think that's just one example of how my transition into womanhood was dealt very differently by the tabloid press than it was for my male counterpart.
Yeah. Forrest, do you have anything to say to this one?
Silence is deafening. Anyways, that is to say, this idea that like people are so excited about girls turning 18, this is happening in a big way because of OnlyFans, is just a gross reduction of the entire history of women and women's rights. It's pretty sad and pathetic, I'm going to be honest.
It's creepy and weird, but like, how are you going to make that illegal? It's just like this shit's been happening for a really, really, really long time. And I think the truth is that if you want to look at history, this is the way it's always been. So I don't think this is something new from OnlyFans at all. And I think actually, in fact, this is the best it's ever been. My mom said that, my mom came from Florida and, genuine Florida cracker family. And they had a saying over there, get them young and raise them up right.
Is that a slur?
And they're talking about wives. Yep.
whoever bought that OnlyFans once she turned 18 needs to be locked up ASAP, no Rocky. Like, I just find that insane because there's no way that the demographic of these people buy.
Personally, no. I know obviously like that's a popular opinion to have. I don't want to put I don't want my tax money going to put somebody in jail for buying something that's legal. Like, it's just not.
Asmongold, it was hyperbole.
It's just not a good use of my tax money, I think. I would rather it be spent on like literally anything else, except for bombs.
Danielle
What a
Bergoldi's
base
OnlyFans were
anti-war.
like maybe 18,
Yeah.
19, 20, 21. They had to be like 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, maybe even some 30-year-olds in there. And we know damn well that a lot of these dudes that bought this OnlyFans didn't just randomly stumble across Danielle Bergoldi the day that she turned 18. These dudes
course,
most definitely
100%.
found her attractive as a young girl. And they just
Of course.
Oh my God. This guy, whatever the fuck this guy's name is, he just found out that some men are creepy. Oh my God. Oh my God. Someone call the press. What's that? He thinks it's because of OnlyFans. Yeah, we can arrest him. Straight to jail. Straight to jail.
No fucking shit. Who? Fucking duh. Like, yeah. 100% that's what they thought. Yeah.
Spawn camped their way until she made this OnlyFans. Now they can see her naked legally and go ham on the meat. Like, that's crazy to me. That is absolutely insane. There's also numerous TikTok girls out there who have also made OnlyFans once they turned 18. And they made bans because these weirdos also. Like, it's one of the weirdest things ever. And this shouldn't be
It's
something...
not weird. Like, this is literally the least weird thing.
I mean, I do think it's weird. I just don't think it's because of OnlyFans. I think it's just that women are making money doing it now, and before they weren't.
basic fucking biology. This is the least weird thing that you can have happen. Like, you can say the biology.
Okay. Counting down for someone to be 18 is weird. Is weird. Maybe he's using the word weird in the sense of like unexpected. Okay, that's fair.
Biology of it is weird. But the fact is that this is what people have been doing for thousands of fucking years.
Well, I'm talking more so about the fact that you waiting until someone turns 18 like a fucking crazy person. You got like a timer on your phone. That's objectively weird. I think what he's trying to say is people being attracted to people who look like adults is not something that is new. Or even for that matter, particularly weird. Counting the seconds that you are excited, oh my God, this person's about to be 18, oh my God, that's objectively insane.
That's like normal, you know? And as I speak, there's probably some 16-year-old TikTok girl out there that plans to make an OnlyFans once she turns 18. And there's probably tons of creepy old men waiting for that day to happen.
Well, they're probably telling her to do it already. Garen fucking teed that's happening. It's sick. That's why I think that you shouldn't have minors on the internet. By the way, this is another component of my perspective on this. I think that there should be no minors allowed to make social media profiles on any website for any reason other than something like YouTube Kids that disallows all peer-to-peer messaging and all forms of uploading. There should be nobody under...
To be honest, I kind of don't agree. I mean, I kind of don't disagree. I kind of do agree. Minors on the internet is very dangerous.
The age of consent that's able to go on the internet and make an account, period.
Like, I do think that kids should be able to explore... I don't know, creative online ventures. Like, I think if you want to do a Let's Play channel and you're 16 years old and you want to do your little Let's Plays and upload them, that doesn't feel wrong to me. That feels like a kid exploring a creative venture. And I want to let kids do that if they want to. The problem is, like, how do we allow kids to continue to do that without... Well, like, while keeping them safe? How do we create a safe environment for teenagers to explore content creation in a safe way? That's like, I think, the thing that's difficult. I think that's the one thing that's kind of difficult.
There is no business that a 15-year-old girl has making an Instagram.
It's disgusting to even think about.
Well, I don't know about all that.
I think the age of OnlyFans should be at least 21, but obviously that never changed because right now the age to sell adult content is 18 years old, and for OnlyFans to change their...
Well, everybody has, like, every country has a different age of consent. Like, you can argue about, like, what is it, 16, 18, 21, some places like 15. Like it doesn't like I think it's Japan used to be like 12 or some shit like that. Yeah, all over the place they've got different laws on this. The fact is that the problem is that guys are grooming underage girls to do this on the internet. Like that's a big problem. So fix that problem.
Their age, the whole law would have to change as a whole, and that's never going to change. And since we're talking about weird behavior from OnlyFans, there's a lot of lies that goes on with just the business itself. Like, there's a lot of grown women on there lying about being 18 and 19 years old to sell more.
Wait till this guy finds out about the barely legal category and the student category and the teenage category in porn. Okay, and I totally agree. Critical race theory, 100%.
Subscription.
They do this, bro. Like, I've seen this shit. This is so fucking funny to me. Yeah, some girl that's been 19 for 3 years. Yeah, exactly.
Which is just absolutely insane. Even though those are legal ages, I still think it's weird to lie about your age to sell more subs. For example,
well, it's because people are creepy. That's why. They're guys are into younger girls. Like, that's just the way it is. Yeah, it's bad, but
this is literally MILF erasure. This is MILF erasure, okay? I have to be the one to say it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be the one to say it. You guys are being really mean to MILF fans, okay? Top searched porn categories. Let's see how high up it ranks. I think right now, to be honest, can I see in the United States? What year is this from? 2016. What the can I get something for 2024 or something? Oh my God, please. No. Oh, maybe this one? There's gotta be some document on this. How would this has to be tracked? How do I find this information? Why is this so difficult? Oh my. Just every single website now has like 1 million pop-ups. Just every single one. Damn, hentai coming in number 2. Damn. There's actually no teenage anything, and there's no, oh, here we go. Relative categories viewed more when compared to the rest of the world. MILFs are viewed 60% more in the US. Did you guys know that? The categories viewed most often. MILF is the 5th category. This is MILF erasure, guys. This is MILF erasure. It's MILF erasure. I don't know how to tell you this. I'm sorry, okay? Lady D was very famous for a very long time because people like MILFs. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say it. I'm sorry. Mesos, thank you for the 28 months. My life changed when I spoke to someone who was very big into MILFs. And they were like, they were mad about it. They were like, I hate that society, so many people in society insist on saying that men like younger women. I'm sick of it. I'm fucking sick of it. Where is my representation? Where is it? Where? So that's all I'm going to say. All right, guys, that's all I'm going to.
Yeah, it's weird. Absolutely. Guys, no idea? Yeah, bro. Like,
oh my God, is this real? Chat, is this real? Was MILF actually the second most search term in 2023. All right. I rest my case. I rest my case.
I don't think this guy knows how bad it really is.
Remember that one NPC TikTok girl, Pinky Doll?
Yeah.
Ice cream so good. Ice cream so good.
I remember this.
Gang gang.
So she actually used to lie and say that she was 19 years old to sell more subs,
Yeah.
when in reality, she was 27. And this actually happened.
Jesus. That's a big difference. So 8 years. Oh my God.
There's a ton on Twitter. You'll see mad girls talking about they're the hottest.
I'm the thickest 18-year-old in all, bro. Like, this shit is so fucking funny. This is fucking hilarious, man. It should be illegal to do that, to lie about your age. Why? Like, unless you're lying about your age and you're actually underage, then it
Which
shouldn't
is
really
true.
matter.
If you're lying and you're underage, that it's already illegal. Okay, that is very bad. But like, how could you lie on the internet? Jail, straight to jail, straight to jail. Okay, you know, I personally think, what was his name, Dan Purdy or something? What's the guy's name? I'm a gay black man. And Trump has helped me more than Obama. Dean Browning. This guy to jail, Forgot that he wasn't posting on his sock puppet account. I'm a black gay guy, and I can personally say Obama did nothing for me. My life only changed a little bit, and it was for the worst. Everything is so much better under Trump, though. I feel respected, which I never do when Democrats are involved. Absolutely first-class piece of wrong account action here. Ah. Yeah, I agree with that chatter. To jail. Jail now. Jail now.
18-year-old on OnlyFans. Whole time they're
False.
47.
It could be false advertisement. You think they should ban the girl?
This is false advertisement. This stepsister porn that I just watched, I found out that they aren't step siblings. I know, I was just as infuriated. I was really angry, and I think they should go to prison for 10 years at least. What the fuck are you talking about, dog? You crank your meat. Okay, shut the fuck up.
Girls. For false advertisement saying they're teenagers. The truth is that, like, if you really look at it logically, I can't see an argument against that. How are you wrong? That's the thing. It's like, I don't see how you're wrong.
It's just incredible. I'm telling you, we need to he needs to donate his body to science. Okay, we need to study his brain. It's like he has a brain cell and then he loses it, and then he has it and then he loses it. I don't understand what is happening right now. I just don't.
It's roleplay? Yeah, but it's not stated as that. Expired product?
Me when I'm watching my stepsister porn, but nowhere in the video does it say that it's roleplay. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my god. Oh my god.
So
This is like someone, like a pizza store saying freshest pizza in town, and then you trying to sue them. Spoiler alert, it's not going to work. Spoiler alert. Business law says that you're allowed to embellish your product so long as you are not explicitly pretending otherwise. Like, as long as everybody else is on the same page and that a reasonable person doesn't feel like the product is something completely different. Basically to say embellishment is fine in marketing.
It's the expiration date. You guys are, you guys love to cook, huh? That's really, bro. That's really something, ain't it?
6 kids. Like, it's insane. A girl could legit be 67 years old with the saggiest yitties of all time, but for some reason she's in every Twitter comment section talking about I'm the hottest 18-year-old on OnlyFans.
No,
Yeah, you were the hottest girl 51 years ago.
Nope.
Sharon, hang it up. Like I said, I think it's weird to just straight up lie about your age to sell more
It's
subs.
weird,
Like,
yeah.
that's
It
just
is definitely weird.
disgusting.
It's
And
weird.
even the old ass men out there
No, it's
that are
100%
buying
weird.
these girls OnlyFans, they're
Yeah.
also just as disgusting, if not even more disgusting.
worse.
Now, another
Yeah.
reason why I think that OnlyFans completely ruined society is because it made the internet even worse for women. Now, y'all are gonna call me a simp.
Not this again. If I have to hear this again, I'm going to lose it. I'm gonna fucking lose it, dude. I'm gonna like break both my monitors, my computer, and my arms. I can't. I swear to God, if the words that leave his mouth, if the words that leave that mega mind ass head is anything resembling, well, women get a lot more sexual harassment now because sex workers work on the internet, I'm gonna lose it. All right. You are not a woman. You have not been a woman, as far as I know. You have not been on the internet as a woman. I can guarantee you men have just been the same amount of sexist. Okay? All right.
In white knight.
No, I agree with this. I can see where he's coming from. I think he's going to be like, because women now have the expectation to create porn. I think that's what he's going to try to say.
For this, but just hear me out before you run to the comment section talking about my forehead is big. Just wait 1 second. Just hear me out. The reason why I say that OnlyFans made the internet even worse for women is because it made dudes comfortable with telling random girls online that they don't even know to make OnlyFans accounts if they find them attractive. It's the weirdest thing ever. Like, if a girl...
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Women on the internet prior to OnlyFans never had any comments ever that said show tits. It didn't happen, actually. It literally never happened on the internet ever. I know it's crazy. Until the first woman made an OnlyFans. Never once did a man sexualize a woman on the internet. And tits or get the fuck out has not existed before OnlyFans. Yeah. For sure, man. For sure. Yeah. Hey, God, Doc. Yeah. Sure. I'm going to say something, okay, that I've said it before, and I will say it as many times as I have to. I'm coining sponge theory as a term, all right? I genuinely believe that the internet has become a better place for women on the internet since the advent of things like OnlyFans and what would be the term, like hot tub streamers or booby streamers or whatever. Because all of the people who want sexualized content, all the people who want women who are sexualizing themselves, they now just go there. It's like, yeah, it's like a magnet. They soak up all of the horny people, and the rest of us actually get way less horny people. Like, I swear to God, when I used to stream back in the old days, every other chat message was tits, question mark, tits, question mark, tits. Can you show tits, question mark? DM me tits, question mark. It's like, I'm gonna lose it. I'm not even offended. I'm just annoyed because I'm tired of reading the same thing over and over and over again. Nowadays, I get like one, maybe a month. You want to know why? Because sponge theory is real. And because all of those people, they now go to the channels made for sexualized women's content. Okay? That's why that happens now. That's why. So the internet, in my experience, so anecdotally, as a woman on the internet that's been on the internet for a long time, has gotten way better since the advent of OnlyFans. Way better. Can you show us your cat, though? You want to see pussy, do you? You sick freak. Hot tub streamers do the general interest of what League does to gaming. They hold back the tides of degeneracy. They're so brave. Yeah, exactly. It's similar to like CSGO or like COD lobbies. It's like all of the people who want to scream the N-word, they go and play those games. All of the League players who want to be toxic, they go and play League. And maybe once in a while, you'll get these like stragglers that show up in your other games. But generally, they tend to stay in their secluded areas, in their self-segregation, basically. Kind of like weebs and like generally, if you interact in the internet, so long as you're not interacting with weebs, it's pretty rare that you interact with. Unfortunately, if you're in the enjoying anime category section of the internet, you're going to run into a lot of. I'm sorry to say that. It's going to be a lot of them. They help filter themselves out to keep the rest of the space clean. Like a sponge. So please stop speaking on behalf of women. You big-headed ass motherfucker. Please just stop. Okay? Stop. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't know what to tell you. You don't know what you're talking about. Stop.
Definitely. I think, but like, that's what I thought he was going to say. I think that he's right, but
Villainy, thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just say what it is that guys that tell girls to do Instagram are the same way. Guys that tell girls to do pool streams or wear certain clothes are the same way. Why is it? Because they want the girl to do this so they can jerk off to it. So whether it's OnlyFans,
Whoa,
Instagram,
that's
or the pools and hot tubs section,
Real?
the outcome is the same. Let's be real.
Goes viral and she just happens to be attractive, the first thing that dudes are gonna say is to make an OnlyFans.
I love this. I love this. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I have to say something. Just happens to be attractive. That is the most man sentence I've ever heard in my life. I'm sorry. That is man moment. Peak man moment. She just happens to go to the gym 5 days a week and do makeup every single day and get keratin treatments for her hair and get lip filler and do all of this other stuff that takes like tens of hours a week. She just happens to be attractive. Whoa, that's crazy. And you just happen to be dumb, right? Yeah, for real, dude, for real.
Goes viral and she just happens to be attractive, the first thing that dudes are gonna say is to make an OnlyFans. It's the weirdest thing ever. For example, do y'all remember the Home Depot girl? For y'all that don't know, there's basically this girl.
This girl is cute in Home Depot. Yeah, you're right.
Viral on
There's something about Asmongold being like, yeah, you're right. That's just like, it makes me crack up every time. It's just like, genuinely, it's one of the funniest things. It's like top 10 funniest things of all time. Just like completely head empty, barely listening. Just like, yeah, for sure.
Twitter because she's attractive and she worked at Home Depot. And the first thing that dudes were telling her to do once they saw her was to make an OnlyFans. Like, peep some of these comments. Hear me out. OnlyFans and you equals rich. If you want to make an OnlyFans, real niggas wouldn't judge you. When OF? You're telling me that you...
Yeah, of course. What's the surprise there? Like, yeah, no, duh. Fucking duh, of course, yeah. Like, what do you expect? That's our culture now. Yeah, and also that's weird. Like, and like she even said it was weird too. I remember this.
See an attractive woman online and your first thought is she should make an OnlyFans. Like, I just
that's
find
the first thing. The reason why is because that's what the guy would.
And again, I just think it's insane to blame OnlyFans for men being horny on the internet. It's such a crazy just stance to hold. It's like, can you believe it? Men want to see women naked and they say that on the internet. This must be because of OnlyFans. Like, say psych. Say psych right now. Say it.
Would do. But a lot of guys also are never in the situation that a girl is in. Like, I don't think it's as easy of a decision to get into OnlyFans as some people make it out to be. And I do think that selling, like, you guys know I have a lot of, I've never paid for an OnlyFans, but I've had other types of experiences with things related to OnlyFans or people related to OnlyFans. We all know this. And so,
I like how everyone's just like, cap.
Never really met.
Bro, you make way too money. You make way too much money. Way too much money. to never have bought anything before. I don't believe that he's an active subscriber on anything because I think that he has a like dragon mentality about hoarding wealth, which is valid, King. Do what you want with your money. But I'm sorry, curiosity, it trumps everything. I promise you, at least in one instance, there has been something that has piqued his curiosity. I refuse to believe otherwise.
Someone that like genuinely likes it, or like at least maybe I think maybe I have once or twice, but the majority of the girls that I know that do it find it to be incredibly corrosive, like very problematic. They don't like it at all, right? And that's not their dream job. Yeah, this is what they do because they have to do it or because it makes so much money. It's like, for example, remember back in like
What's interesting is I've run into both people. I've run into women who do OnlyFans content.
It's actually
and
women's fault that men get grossly horny, obviously. That's why we need to ban women.
So true. So true. But what was I trying to say? Sorry, yeah. So there's, in my experience, there have been 2/3 groups of women that I've run into. And to be clear, no women fit cleanly into any of these. I'm sorry, I'm like hiccuping or burping or something. What the fuck is this? I need to drink some water. Maybe that's what the problem is. 1 sec. Okay, much better. So in my experience, there have been sort of like 2/3 groups of women that do OnlyFans. One of which is women who actually genuinely do like doing OnlyFans. Now, they might over-exaggerate. I've seen it described by friends of mine as like, I enjoy pretending like my Twitter account and my Instagram account and all these other accounts that I use to promote my content, I use those accounts as if I am RPing a D&D character I made that's like a nymphomaniac. Now, I like sex. I like making sex work. I like making videos of me having sex. That is fun for me. I like to do that. Not me specifically, but okay, I don't even like being on camera. Okay, guys, I am socially anxious. But one of my friends, as one person who does OnlyFans work, that is what they've said to me. They've said, no, I like every part of it. I actually genuinely enjoy it. That's why I've done it so much. And I would prefer to, not prefer to, but I would prefer to do that type of work, basically. Denims, you're on camera right now. I know. Imagine how I feel. Wait, don't you have an OnlyFans though? Yeah, but I don't do like porn or anything because I just don't personally feel comfortable doing porn. That's just like, I mean, that's how I feel about everything, right? If you have personal preferences on what you do want to do or what you don't want to do, that's the standard you should be held to. You should only do things that make you feel comfortable, right? I only really like doing cosplays and taking photos like a woman. I'm sorry, woman moment. But I know people who do sex work, who do porn, who do nudity, and they say that they genuinely enjoy it. I know a lot of women also who they like nude photography and they like that making ethereal, almost ethereal type of nude photography. Like that is something that they enjoy doing innately, regardless of how much money it makes. They like doing it, right? Not to say that there isn't work involved. I've seen the schedule of a sex worker friend of mine and it's so much work. Oh my God. I am so happy that I don't have to do that. I've seen her schedule and it's like, well, on Mondays, I usually spend this many hours planning the content and booking studios. And then on this day, I usually spend this much time scheduling posts for different platforms and then setting up a schedule with how I plan to respond to messages. And then I usually do on Tuesdays photography content. That's when I actually show up and do a lot of the shooting. And then on Thursdays, I usually spend this many hours doing my video content. And then every day I'm spending about 2 or 3 hours responding to messages. I'm like, oh my God. And that's not counting all the hours they spend going to the gym and getting ready and setting everything up and learning everything and doing research. Like one person I know who does OnlyFans, what they like to do is like, they do porn and they've talked about it with me personally. And they've said that like, they like to go to the hentai subreddit to try and come up with interesting new stuff to do. So they like scroll and they're like, oh, this would be a cool pose to try and emulate. Ooh, I should maybe do something like this. And they sit down and take notes. It's not just, oh, I look pretty, time to take some photos. Okay, upload, done. No, it's like tens of hours, like 60 hours a week working. And all you see is like a few tweets a day, a few videos a week, a few photos a week. But that's not what's happening on the other end. They're sitting there doing fucking market research and shit, keeping up with trends, learning what is and what is not in style right now. Like, for example, right now, I think short form video content is like king across the board. And so a lot of women who do sex work or do nudity or do OnlyFans or anything, a lot of them prefer to do photos, but they have to do video content because it's what performs well, right? But I think that explains what I'm trying to talk about as best as I can. I have a good friend in the industry and they have zero time for anything but content 24/7. It's way more time than you would think it is. I'm actually very mad about it. I'm actually real mad about it. So, yeah. Yeah. Short form porn for the ADHD gooners. Yeah, yeah. But I forgot why I brought this up. Why did I mention this? Oh, yeah. So anyways, so there would be three categories of I would say, people who do sex work. One of them is people who genuinely enjoy it, but they embellish it a little bit, sort of the way that streamers can enjoy streaming, but their personality is more muted in the real world, whereas online, they're like at 100%, right? And they're like, oh, yeah, content, yeah, woo, yeah. But in real life, they're like chill. They're way more chill, right? Playing up the character. The second group I would say are, this group is really sad, and it makes me sad that this exists, but people who do sex work and they hate doing sex work. They despise it, but they do it because it pays good money and they are good at it. And I feel really bad for those women because they do not want to do that work at all. In the same way that I feel bad for everyone who's working a job right now who does work that they don't want to do. And there are some people who like their work some of the time. There are some people that feel neutral about their work. And there are some people that hate going to work. Talk to anyone who works food service. Anyone who works in a restaurant, 80% chance they hate their job. And they cry in the walk-in freezer because the job is demoralizing as fuck. And every part of it makes you want to go home and do nothing. Existential dread. Retail, yeah. I mean, I knew someone who worked retail for so long, they would come home from work and all they would have energy to do is like cry about their job, watch some Netflix, go to sleep, and do the next thing. Do the same thing the next morning. I worked in a call center and I would cry in my car daily. And it's like, there are definitely people, mostly women, who do porn or do sex work on OnlyFans, and they hate it. They hate every aspect of it. They hate being sexualized. They hate having to do the work. They hate having to record any of the work. But they understand that they are in a privileged position to be able to make money, a lot more money than they would ever be able to make with their college degree. And so they have to power through, even though they fucking hate it. Because it's like, well, I mean, I know one person who, I feel really bad because I can't even perceive this experience, but she decided to do OnlyFans because she didn't want to work a shithole capitalist job for the rest of her life. And she started working out a lot, and she started doing, obviously a lot more photo taking and doing a lot more like just everything in general. But she also saw that she would probably perform better in metrics if she got breast augmentation, but she didn't want to do it, but she knew it would make her more money. And so she got the surgery done, and she was right with like all of her understandings of her market segment. And she literally is counting the days that she can get them out because she hates having them. Like, she's like, I cannot wait to do this job for 5 more years so I can fucking retire and remove this breast augmentation. I hate my job. I hate it. But I'm not allowed to publicly hate it because at least I'm lucky enough that I have a job that I can potentially retire with, right? And again, like, I'm not saying that that is someone that's like, oh, their life is so hard or whatever, but I'm just saying that there is more information there. And there are people that are suffering, that are doing work that they don't want to do. It's easy to see people who do retail and be like, obviously their job, this fucking blows dick. But some sex workers, they don't want to do it. And they know that they have to do it if they don't want to work until they're 65. And potentially you can, in America, you can work until you're 65 and still not have enough money for retirement. So, Bad Train Wreck, thank you so much for the gifted tier 1. Thank you. And Legit Salvage, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you. Thank you. And then I would say there is a third group of people where they don't particularly like it. They don't particularly hate it. They feel very neutrally about the job. And they just kind of show up to work. That is all to say, it's almost like it's real work. It's almost like it's like every other job force. There are jobs that people work and they love their jobs. Sure, maybe they do a bunch of stuff that they don't like doing at their job, but they love their job. And then there are people that hate their job and go home and cry every day. And then there are people that just kind of show up to work. And they're like, I don't hate it. I don't love it. I'm just kind of existing here. Again, it's almost like it's real labor. It's almost like it's normal, real labor, right? I got an accounting degree so I could do the third job. So I could just show up at my office job, sit in a chair, do some fucking work, and go home. That's why I got a degree in accounting, which is, I think, most people's experience going to college or trying to get higher education. It's like, I just want a job that I don't hate, I don't love, I just have to show up. And then there are other people, like people in the gaming industry, who they love gaming, and there's probably a lot of stuff in the gaming industry that sucks, and it's like, I'll just deal with this because I actually do enjoy doing this. So, yeah. That's all. Comrade, thank you so much for the tier 1. Thank you. And I don't know if I said thank you, but thank you, Bad Train Wreck, for the gift sub as well. Thank you. Okay. All right. Excellent.
A remix where everybody was farming frogs. Well, nobody really enjoyed farming frogs, but it just gave you so many coin upgrades that it was like you'd be stupid not to farm the frogs. And it's like, if you're a girl and you're a 9 out of 10 girl, you'd be stupid not.
There is I think, like, terms to describe women, the worst one is definitely females, but like a good close second is saying 9 out of 10 girl. Girl is definitely the second worst.
Not to farm the frogs on OnlyFans. Fuck, they probably look the same.
Insane. And honestly, I salute this woman to the fullest because at the end of the day, she chose her morals over money. She could have made life-changing bans.
Wait, guys. So I genuinely do believe that everyone in life, everyone should be required, I think, to take a couple of classes in high school. One of which would be like home econ classes, you know, a basic finance class, understanding money. I also think everyone should be required to take like 4 philosophy classes because there is this weird phenomenon in the real world where you run into people who believe things very strongly and they feel the need to tell you that they believe these things very strongly, and they speak almost subjectively without understanding that all of that is fake. Like, it's all fake. We made everything up. Every single cultural norm, every single feeling you feel about cultural norms is fake. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you. There's just no such thing as objectivity, right? Make philosophy mandatory for upper high school? I mean, I think so. I do think so. And I think that's a good example. And I'm not trying to flame you. No Life 1911. I'm not trying to flame you. And I don't think anyone else should flame you. Well, if you get into arguments, that's on you. That's not on me. But the stance, I feel the same about standard porn. No normal person would always film his or her sex life and broadcast it to the world to see. I feel like it's a private thing. That's my opinion. Yeah, I know sex workers exist and that's fine, but broadcasting it is not. You know, most animals walk around naked and kind of just have sex wherever they want. And we're the only animals that need to have a private space to have sex. With the only animals on the planet that are like, no one can see me have sex. That would be disgusting. We don't eat each other like other animals, though. You know there are like herbivores, right? There are animals like pandas, like panda bears. You know they only eat bamboo. I promise you, they be fucking. How do you think we get more pandas? I'm not against you. I specifically said that I am not against you. I'm saying that I think you should reconsider your opinion on, I feel like it's a private thing. It's a very weird and normal human thing, I guess, to feel like sex needs to be this private thing. Now, I'm not claiming that you should just start going and having sex everywhere. I'm not saying that. Of course not. But this idea that other people can't have sex and show it, and that's like bad. Bad examples aren't giant pandas, mostly volcells. Okay, I mean, sure, go ahead. Pick a different animal that eats nothing but fucking seaweed or some shit. There's plenty of them. Go for it. I think the idea that sex needs to be this private thing, that you can't be recording it and showing it to other people. I understand that it's your opinion, but you should consider that you might want to change an opinion. You might consider it. You should consider it. I would go so far as to say that you should consider it. As an idea. You could change your perspective. Perhaps. Perchance. I didn't feel like going into it, but this is what I was going to say about the panda thing. I'm not sure why this has been so pervasive. The major reason why pandas would go extinct is because of humans taking their land and fucking up their food sources and breeding patterns in the wild. Yes. Yeah. I mean, there are animals that naturally go extinct, and we do try and step in to save them. Panda bears are, I'm pretty sure, one of the examples of animals that we fucked over just by deforestation and shit like that. But I obviously, I just didn't want to get into it, but yeah, it's hard to say how many animals we have caused to go extinct that otherwise wouldn't have, if not for deforestation and climate change and blah, 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 blah. But anyways, moving on. Opinions can definitely be wrong. Oh, yeah. What I do think is weird is forcing people to watch. So what I think is objectively weird, and this has to do with intention. That is the most important detail. If you go out and flash people, now you're fucking insane. You're a weirdo. You're actually weird. But that's because you're doing it in hopes of garnering a negative reaction from the strangers around you. You recording porn and then putting it on a website that allows porn is not weird at all. There's nothing weird about that. That's well within the normal range of the human experience. You enjoy doing this thing. You're showing yourself enjoying doing this thing to other people. There is nothing fundamentally different about recording yourself having sex and posting it for other adults to see. That's the key word there. And you putting Legos together and putting it online. You're engaging in a hobby that is within the normal human experience range and showing it to other people who also like that thing. That's it. It's not more complicated than that. It might encourage an icky feeling in you where it's like, oh my God, but sex is so icky. But you have to understand that you can't listen to that feeling because that's the same feeling that exists in, say, that's the same type of irrational feeling that, for example, homophobes experience. If you've spoken to homophobic people, a lot of those people genuinely feel to their core that it's ew and it's icky. And because it's icky, it has to be wrong. Now, of course, I'm not comparing this chatter to a homophobe. I'm saying that the mentality is the same and that sometimes your body and your brain will tell you something is icky when it's absolutely not, but that's just culture. Sometimes culture just lies to you about random shit. Sometimes culture just be lying to you, man. It just be lying. I don't know how to say that. I don't know how else to explain that. Why is nudity not allowed in every place? Because we built a society that values something we invented called puritanical culture. That's why people love to post it. The African tribes that walk around topless and nobody bats a fucking eye. We've decided to value something that we invented called modesty. It's actually very weird, by the way, that like we feel the need to be dressed in public. Now, I feel that need as strong as everybody else does. I do not want to be randomly naked in public. And clothes, to be clear, fundamentally, initially were for functional purposes, for protection from temperature and like elements and a bunch of other things. But then we kind of just made them about all this other shit as well. So, anywho, that's all. I think I kind of took a little second. We took a massive L making it so that boobs have to be covered in public. Yeah. Which is insane, right? It's insane. But moving on.
Off of OnlyFans, but she just chose to stick with her normal job and just create IG Reels and make YouTube videos when the whole world was telling her to create an OnlyFans. Like, that is hard to do in a world where OnlyFans girls be having Lambos and just regular.
No, OnlyFans girls don't be having Lambos. OnlyFans girls be having Lambos in the same way that Twitch streamers be having McLarens, okay? There's like 10 Twitch streamers that are making that much money. All of these girls on OnlyFans, most of them are not massively popular. Like, I see it all the time. Like, I'll see, because like I'll click on some.
I'm so proud of Aspen. He learned since the last time he talked about this topic.
Girl's photo, and I'll look at the replies, and there's gonna be like, you know, 5 or 6 of these girls that are like bottom feeders that are trying to like get noticed by posting porn of themselves. And I look at this girl and she's like posting like hardcore porn and she's getting like basically no likes and no traction at all. And that's the majority. Like the majority of money that people make on OnlyFans is like nothing. So Link, please caught. Well, no, I'm just saying like that's just the way.
His chat doesn't believe him. Wrong. Women are e-whores and they make a lot of money. Wrong. I'm going to need a source for that. Now I know in every other capitalist system, wealth tends to be, what's the word? Condensed at the top. But surely not in porn. Yes? Surely. Concentrated. That's the word I was looking for, not condensed. Thank you. Let me see if I can find OnlyFans. Earnings statistics, maybe? Keel Hall, thank you. Thank you so much for the 9 months. Thank you. The top 1% of OnlyFans creators earned 33% of the revenue on the platform. Yeah. Just like any other platform that is in existence. And I think it's like the top 10% earn 73% of all the revenue. Yeah. I'm trying to see. Livable wages are only made by the top 2%. Yeah. The craziest part as well is that even if you are in the top percent, by the way, you're only making $60K annually from what I'm seeing online. Yeah. I wish there was a good chart that showed all this information really well, but sadly there kind of isn't from what I could see. Like, oh my God, please, enough with the pop-ups. Like, what is this? How much do OnlyFans creators earn? The median account on OnlyFans makes $180 a month. That's $140 a month after taxes. There are 300 creators on the platform that make over $1 million a year. 16,000 creators make more than $50,000 a year. So I think that gives you a good idea of like the amount of money that's being made. The duality of chat. 50K isn't bad. 50K is barely anything. The problem is that 50K, it doesn't say that it's after or before taxes, sadly. And also 50K is not surviving in certain cities. If you live in like a bigger city, yeah. And more importantly, it's like you have to be putting in tens of hours of work. Probably like I would say if you want to grow your page, you have to do 60 hours of work a week for years, and maybe you'll pop off. So you don't even get the 50K immediately. For like a lot creators I know who finally make decent wages now, who make six figures now, they've told me that they did OnlyFans and sex work for 4 years before they started making any money. And prior to that, they were making like $500 a month, maybe. And that's not counting all of the expenses that go into like running a page. That is a gigantic if, my guy. Yes, yeah. So all of the equipment you need to photograph, all the lighting, all the outfits, everything that goes into that, anything and everything, editing at all, page management. Yeah. So it's definitely, it's very expensive. It can get very expensive very quickly. So I think that that's a good reminder. I think people, it's like streaming, right? Like streaming is very top heavy. Very, very top heavy. It's like the people that are on the very top make a fuckload of money and all the people below them are making very little. And then there's some people that are lucky to get by. Plus all the time spent streaming without income. I mean, that's another, yeah. I mean, anyone in here who's tried doing streaming, you have to put in tens of hours a week, not only just into streaming, but like into learning how to grow your page. And it might not even work out.
It is, right? And so you have to keep in mind that like a lot of the girls that are really popular on OnlyFans are like extremely unique or different or, you know, very good at marketing in one way or another. Like there's a massive survivorship bias where it's like every time, I don't know, Jenna Lynn Meowry makes a post about, you know, being on a private jet, everybody's like, oh, that's what happens to all girls on OnlyFans. No, it's not. The reality is that that's extremely fucking rare. And the majority, that does not happen to them. So it's just important to keep that in mind.
Friend of the show. Yeah.
Working women have Toyota Priuses.
Neko,
Yeah.
thank you for the 19 months.
And this actually happens to a lot of women
Yeah.
that create
He used her full legal name. Like, what are you, her dad, dude? What the fuck?
content. Because if you look at their comment section on like IG Reels or maybe
Yeah.
TikTok, or maybe even like if a girl is doing a YouTube Q&A, the first question that a lot of dudes are gonna ask is if that girl is gonna make it OnlyFans. Like,
That's because most of the guys that watch girl content on the internet are only watching them because they want to fuck the girl. That's the only reason. If the girl wasn't using a camera, he wouldn't be there.
This is not even true. This is like,
That's the bot.
oh my god. A streamer I used to really love watching. She went by the name Barcode. Her username was just a bunch of like eyes in a row. And she used to do Overwatch. I don't know if anyone knows who I'm talking about. But anyways, she was good enough at Overwatch that I think she might have been offered a chance to do Overwatch like professionally, like into the esports section. But she talked about how she couldn't do it because I think she talked about having PCOS and how it was like very bad. And she would get like, it would be physically uncomfortable for her to sit in front of her computer and do 12 hours of training a day. Very sad. But I loved her. She was great. And she streamed with no cam. And I promise you, she got people asking to see her boobs and vagina. I promise you. And I promise you there were people that watched her because it was like, ooh, femoid. I promise you. It's not, this is like, I find it interesting how many dudes there are on the internet that just like refuse to believe in how powerful the horniness inside of the male brain can be. And instead blame women for everything. Like, it's crazy to me.
Bottom line. Everybody knows it. I feel so weird. I feel like the whole world is spinning around me, and I'm the only one that's not spinning sometimes.
Sorry.
It's like these obvious common sense truths of the world that are so plain as day, and nobody seems to see them. It's so weird, and sometimes it makes me think I'm crazy. You know, I remind myself, of course, I'm not crazy. It's actually everybody else who's crazy except me. I'm the only one who's not crazy. However, sometimes I do think to myself, I'm like, man, what's going on, right? Of course.
Doesn't that prove Asmon's point that men mostly watch women influencers because they want to fuck them? I didn't disagree with him. I disagreed with him saying that women using cameras have primarily audiences that are filled with people that want to fuck them. And I said that, I promise you, actually, it's just like a big number of men just watching someone that they think is a woman is good enough. I mean, we have like actual data on this, to be clear. So I wasn't disagreeing with him. I also think that it is the only place that it is incorrect is that it removes autonomy for men. Because you have to understand that there's also a lot of other things that go into the desire to watch any particular content creator. If it was the case that men just watch influencers that they want to fuck, I promise you there's a lot of women that are, I'm a perfect example. There are a lot of women that are way more attractive than me, that have like fucking six packs and they have abs on their abs. Like titties so big they could suffocate someone. But there are people in here that are not watching those people, but they're in here for other reasons. You can want to watch someone because they're attractive, and you can get a bonus because they're attractive. But at the end of the day, there's lots of reasons that go into why you watch a particular content creator or watch specific content or whatever. Like, it's removing a lot of autonomy from men, I think. Hassan is a good example too. I mean, Hassan himself will be the first person to say that he benefits from pretty privilege, and there are definitely a lot of horny women in his audience. But please note that there are a lot of people that wouldn't watch Hassan if he didn't make content entertaining, or if he wasn't a leftist, or if it wasn't for all this other stuff. That stuff, it's not just a, oh, hot person, I have to watch them. There's a lot of other aspects going on there. So, yeah, I caught. Tria, stop. Came for the yiddies, stayed for the content. Precisely. So yeah, I do think that there are other things there. I do think that there are other things that are happening there.
The reason why these guys are following pretty girls on Instagram is because they want to beat their meat to them. That's the only reason. There is no other reason than that. So logically, why would they not ask for porn? Because that is the effect that they're looking for.
To be clear, on Instagram, 100%. On Instagram, I would say that like 90% of the desire to follow is because of looks, but that's because it's exclusively photo content and rarely video content. And that second one is only a recent development.
It's clear as day. It's fucking obvious.
Mayor cat.
And by the way, this isn't 100% of the guys. It's only 98%. It's common sense.
Bro, it's crazy because if you do have an OnlyFans nowadays, people are gonna tell you to find God. But if you don't have one, people are gonna beg you to make one.
To find money,
it's a lose-lose situation. Another reason why I think OnlyFans made the internet even worse for women is because it also completely ruined Linktree / just women having links in their bio. Like, y'all know how
I think that the people who made Linktree would disagree with you and would say no one wanted to use our shithole fucking website until OnlyFans came up. So I think that the people who run that website would disagree and say OnlyFans created Linktree.
on Instagram, people usually will have like a link in their bio, and that link will take you to maybe like a YouTube, Twitch, or maybe even like a clothing brand. Well, it's gotten to the point where if a woman has a link tree in her bio.
You're right. He's right. He's right.
But nobody was using Linktree before OnlyFans. It wasn't being used. What are you talking about? People would just post the social media platform that was the most famous of theirs. If you were primarily a YouTuber, you just posted your YouTube link. If you were a TikToker, you just posted your TikTok link. Says you, I recreationally browse link trees all the time. Oh, God. I love the idea of a guy who's like, I used to love Linktree even though it was never being used. And now when I click it, sometimes there's an OnlyFans link in there. It's like, no, this has never happened. There's not a single person on this planet that has ever thought, unironically and genuinely, the sentence I just said 2 seconds ago. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It's never existed, ever, in the history of ever.
Love the dress. Smiley face.
Galaxy Nina, thank you so much for the 8 months. Thank you. Hilnor, thank you so much for the 2 months as well.
Right? It's all right. You know what it is, yeah.
The first assumption that a lot of dudes are gonna make, even myself, is that that girl probably has an
Same.
OnlyFans.
Yep.
When in reality, that girl could just have like a Twitch link in that link tree, right? But since these OF girls are running so rampant nowadays, and you can see them everywhere,
I love this white knight defending women who want to use Linktree, but they're not allowed to use Linktree because some people might think there's an OnlyFans link in it. This is running rampant. This epidemic. We need to do something about it. Thank you for caring so much about women and their link trees, King. Thank you. A problem that has never existed, that no one has ever complained about, ever.
dude is gonna automatically assume that any girl with a link in her bio has an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Like, it's sad to say, but it's true. Another reason why I think
It's funny to see it. Absolutely, they have Twitch and OnlyFans. Yeah, exactly. And also, by the way, the reason why, I bet if you took a sample size of 1,000 streamers and you looked at the ones that had Linktree, I bet there would be a very, very large percentage of them, especially if it was all popular girl streamers. Very, very, very large percentage. Very, very large. Now, would it be 100%? No. But it would be close. I bet it'd be
And what's the point or the problem? You know, I bet if I went to a pool, there'd be a very large number of people there that can swim. Yeah. Okay. Are you gonna say anything else of value? Well, think about it. Just think about it. I bet if I went to a pool, I'd see a lot of people in bathing suits. Not everyone. Not 100%, but very close to 100%. Okay, and what? And what?
a lot.
OnlyFans ruined society is because it gave people this money over morals
That's it.
mindset. If there's
That point was done. There was nothing that was proved in that point. It was just a lot of women use Linktree and they have OnlyFans in their Linktree, and some women don't have it in their Linktree. What? Okay.
Close.
And then this one is even more amazing.
OnlyFans ruined society is because it gave people this money over morals mindset. If there's one
OnlyFans is truly so powerful in this man's head. His head is so big because he spends so much of it, so much space in there thinking about OnlyFans. Me when I see capitalism. Can you believe OnlyFans did this? OnlyFans caused this right now. It did. It was OnlyFans that did this. OnlyFans, only forehead.
one thing that OnlyFans
That's not true. People always have money over morals mindset, and everybody does. It's just that, like, for example, like, so, and this is the problem with, like, the abstraction of accountability. So, like, I'll give you an example. YouTube is the prime place for predator.
We can skip all this other shit. I'll give you an example. $20 is $20. We've been saying that for how long? Money has always been over morals. Let's grow up. Come on.
To take advantage of underage people. It's the largest website, and there's even been like numerous cases of what do you call it? Of YouTube actually like having an adpocalypse because of this. But he's uploading on YouTube. We're all uploading on YouTube. Why are we doing that if we know that YouTube has this problem? And YouTube only solved the problem when there was like massive pressure on them to solve it. It's because everybody actually does have a money over morals like mindset.
The irony of two algorithm whores complaining about OnlyFans. Calling them algorithm whores is actually so accurate. Like, that is amazing. I'm stealing that forever. That is so good. Because really, why else would a dude make a video about how OnlyFans ruined an entire generation if not to be an algorithm whore? Really? Grumpy Video, thank you so much for the prime. Thank you. And just a quick thank you to everyone who's subbed today and everyone who's primed. There will be a top of the hour ad break in like 5 minutes, so good luck about that. Good luck, non-subbers. I wish you the best of luck out there. But genuinely, though, I know I don't say it enough, but thank you everybody who subs and donos and everything like that. It helps me support what I want to do and lets me do this really cool thing. Get on the internet and talk about stuff. It's so weird. I had a not quite a panic attack, but I may have taken a bit too much weed the other day. All right. I'm having a little bit of break and I was like, you know what, let me just take a little bit of weed. And I got way too high. And then I remembered what my job is and I was freaking the fuck out. I was like, oh, I can't think about this anymore. I can't. Oh my God. What do you mean I get to get on the internet and fucking yap? What the fuck? I wasn't supposed to do 3 marijuanas, guys. I was supposed to do half of one. Okay. All of that to say, I really do appreciate everyone who helps support me, support the channel, and my weed was too loud, exactly. And it means a lot. I really appreciate it. So thank you.
They all do. And you want to know why? It's because the people who didn't got moved out of the gene pool 8 million years ago. They're gone. Those people are dead. They're done. Their bloodlines are finished. And you're going to always have a few, you know, examples like, you know, 1%. But the truth is that if you
Asmongold, the Bible says the earth has only been around for 2,000 years. Okay, be real. Come on. Candy Cane, thank you for the 17 months. Oh, Sako, thank you.
If anybody evaluates their own life and they ask themselves, am I truly living a moral life? I think
the only person that's allowed to talk about bloodlines is like Dracula. That's it. Okay. Everybody else doing it is just racism. Not literally racism. That's a hyperbolic joke. And Naruto, yeah, unless you got some like, unless you find some demons in you, and I'm not talking about having sexual thoughts about other men. That's just, you're just gay. You're just maybe a little bisexual. I'm talking about having actual, literal, fucking Naruto-style demons in you. You're allowed to talk about bloodlines at that point. Outside of that,
that almost every single person, if they're truly honest with themselves, will come to the conclusion, no, I am not. I am not living a moral existence in more ways than I am. So I think this is extremely common. And moral by whose standards? I would say, I mean, honestly, I'm just going to give you a just straight up typical Western Judeo-Christian standards.
I can't believe I'm legally allowed to watch this. I just want that to be known. I can't believe I get to be born and live in the same time that videos like this exist. It's just amazing to say in like the same breath. Standard Judeo-Christian Western morality, and also 8 million years ago, your bloodline died. I like, it's just, you can't make this shit up. Oh, GC Dreamcatcher, thank you for the 22 months.
That's really what we're talking about. Everybody knows it. He's talking about that. I'm talking about that. We all know what we're talking about. Yes. You're going to the extremes. Morality doesn't have to be perfect. Morality doesn't have to be perfect. You're right. And everybody makes a decision. But I think that to act like the only moral decision a person makes is to work at OnlyFans or do OnlyFans is inaccurate. I think that a lot of people do things that are immoral, and there's a whole spectrum of it. And at the end of the day, there are a lot of immoral things that people do that I do think are bad. And this is really the benchmark that I would use for morality. is when you die and you go to heaven and you see Jesus, can you justify this to him? And I think that with 99% of things, the answer is no, you cannot. And that's the bottom line.
Talking about? What has he been talking about for the past minute? Oh my god. Oh my god. Aristotle. Modern day Aristotle. Who let blood cook?
Taught me, it's that people are almost
Also,
always
yeah, Jesus was friends with a prostitute, man. Like, he was cool with it. He was like, oh shit, yeah, real?
pick that dollar over their morals on any given day. The other day, I seen this post by Ruby Rose that said, yo bitch got morals, I got millions. Well, excuse me, Miss Ruby Rose, that said, yo bitch.
That's not $1 million. That's like
I love this content. I love this content so much. I just like, how does he do it? Like, how does he come up with the stupidest shit to say? It's like amazing. It's amazing, dude. It's his brain is so fascinating. I know, right?
140K, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not $1 million. That's not $1 million.
Got morals, I got millions. Well, excuse me, Miss Ruby. I never knew that having no morals was a flex. But at the same time, I don't know what I was supposed to expect from somebody that said, sometimes you have to lie about your age when it comes to NFL players.
And that was from 2014?
At 16 years old, she...
What the fuck? And so this is like, it kind of goes back into what I was saying about like how people that go on the internet, like I think these girls,
I mean, what does that have to do with OnlyFans?
Get groomed on the internet like this. I think that's what's really happening. Because why is she on Twitter talking to these guys? I bet she's not talking to these guys on YouTube or sorry, on YouTube, on like with a phone. I bet she's talking to them on the internet. And I think this is like another example of like why
does this guy's face piss me off? Oh, well, this is the exact like phenotype of a man who you can explain everything perfectly well to him. Just like bring up your facts, your statistics, your sources. And then at the end of like this long debacle, he'll look you straight in the eyes and say, I guess we'll just agree to disagree. It's like, wow. Why did I waste that time? Like, why did I even try? Like, I genuinely don't know why I did. It was my bad. I saw the face you had and I tried it anyways. I'm sorry. I'm still a little skeptical.
I don't think minors should be allowed on the internet, period. Like this is what happened, because I bet these girls, like, guaranteed, like if you're a pretty girl before you're 18 and you're posting pictures of yourself, you are, I swear to I don't even think I can say 99%. I think 100% likely to have guys tell you to make an OnlyFans. 100%. And why does that need to happen? Most adults don't have any business being online as well. Yeah, but doesn't this problem predate the internet? The internet's just a facilitator. It is. But in the same way that, like, you know, before we had cars, we didn't have laws for, like, I don't know, car insurance or seat belts or, you know, speed limits. Well, we didn't need those. But like now that we have cars, now we have new rules for the cars. Where
oh my god, he's just the best. He's just the best. I just love the experience of watching an Asmongold video. It like rejuvenates me. I feel like I'm ready to take on the day afterward. Like I really do feel so powerful afterward. I hope you guys do too. Because how is that wrong? He's right. the chatter said, okay, but what does that have to do with like OnlyFans? Like, this is a problem that predates OnlyFans. This is a problem that predates the internet. And then he proceeded to describe something that started happening because something else was invented, namely cars. It's not like cars were killing lots of people and then cars got invented and then we started putting laws for cars. Cars got invented, this problem started happening, we built legislation for it. Men have been horny, we got the internet, men are still horny. Now we get legislation? Question mark. Those are not the cars killing people. That problem didn't exist until cars got invented. Men being horny still existed before the internet. Like, I don't, right? Now, to be clear, the logic of, oh, the internet has made this problem worse and we should make legislation to protect people on the internet, that is a valid statement to make. But I don't think that there's anyone that disagrees with that. Maybe some libertarians disagree with that, but that's stupid. I was laughing because his analogy didn't make any sense. The analogy he presented didn't make any sense.
Like, yeah, this has always been happening. We shouldn't act like this is some crime against humanity. You're right. This is normal. This is what people have always done.
I can fix his analogy, though. I can fix his analogy. People have been murdering other people since fucking Abel and Cain, right? People have begun using cars to run people over and kill them. It is a problem that happened before. It is a problem that is now worsened because of cars. We should put in legislation that helps protect pedestrians on the road in any way we can, even though murder has existed before then. If he had said that, I wouldn't have laughed. It was that he picked an analogy that didn't make any sense. That's why I laughed.
It's bad. However, you do need to adapt to a changing world, right?
She had no morals 10 years ago, and she still has no morals today. It's insane. Don't get me wrong. Money is a really important thing in life because without money, you can't do a majority of things. But that money shouldn't matter if you don't have any morals, / if it goes against your morals. Like, not all money is good money. Yeah, that money from OnlyFans might be good.
That's always easy to say to somebody whenever you have money. That's easy to say, oh, well, it matters where you get the money. Go and tell that.
I will say one thing about Asmongold. He might be wrong about a lot of things, and I mean a lot of things, okay? And his foundation on a lot of things is very questionable. But one thing that he understands, one concept that he actually understands, is that you are not allowed to tell poor people how they have to live, and that poor people need to live as morally as possible. Because you are not currently experiencing the hardship that they are experiencing. If someone feels like they have to do OnlyFans and they have to do sex work to escape poverty because they can't afford rent or afford bills or afford anything else, you're not allowed to tell those people, yeah, I don't care if you're poor, get your fucking morals straight. And that's something that I think Asmongold has been historically pretty decent about in terms of like not telling poor people how to live their lives and how they should make money or not make money or whatever, right?
To somebody under a bridge. Tell that to somebody who's barely getting by. Like, it's I think this is a very high road argument. It's very easy to say this whenever you're telling somebody else this. Never saw a dollar I didn't like. There's a lot of people that think that, yeah.
Only has good takes when it's something that's personally affected them. Sadly, yes. Yeah. Yes.
But at the same time, it comes with a greater cost, which is your dignity and future. Like, I swear, people don't even care about their digital footprints anymore. Because, bro,
Why would they?
OnlyFans literally leaves a permanent stain on your life. It leaves a mark on your future family, and I'm telling you, once your kids find out that you did OnlyFans back in your heyday, that's going to be a pretty odd topic to even talk about. Y'all remember when that one blonde OnlyFans girl...
Yeah, that happens to a lot of girls for sure. But at the end of the
I've always thought that this is like just a weird American puritanical brain thing. Like, I've always even thought the idea of like, I feel like how much Americans focus on people having sex has always been pretty weird for me. If I could be very honest with you. I don't think it matters. I never thought it mattered. If it matters to you, why would I ever want to have kids with you anyways? Yeah? And also, like, let me get this straight. Your kids are gonna feel awkward about knowing that you had sex? That's never happened before, ever, until OnlyFans? Like, it's just kind of silly. Like, I just disagree. It's just kind of, I don't understand. I just don't get it. My mom had sex? Oh my. I don't understand. I just don't get it. I've just never understood it. I don't.
day, I mean, he's right about this, but like, they don't care. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, like, I think that, like, if somebody is a good mom, the kid might think it's weird or bad or something like that, but he's still gonna love his mom, right? It's not like it's gonna change the way he sees his parent or something like that. Yeah, I'm not really seeing it could be worse. Yeah, exactly.
Also, I'm sorry. Can I just say something else as well? I would much rather have a mom that did sex work and made bank doing sex work, and I get to live a pretty good life because my mom did sex work and made bank doing it, than the same mom but without the money. I think that that's what, like, what? Maybe, like, I mean, I feel like kids rebel no matter what. And your kid, if you do sex work, your kid is probably going to rebel and be like, I can't believe you humiliated me. Ah! And then they grow up and they're like, wait, I actually lived a pretty good life and we got to go on vacation all the time. And I got to go to a good school, and I got after programs, and I got to do sports. Wait, actually, like, now that I'm 20, I was being a cringe teenager. Actually, wait, I lived a pretty good life. I had a pretty good childhood.
And it's like, I think the truth is that if you actually ask the kid, would you rather your parents did this and you had a comfortable life?
Like, I do not. I do not appreciate you pre-watching my content, Asmongold. Okay, I don't appreciate you doing that. It's pretty disrespectful. It's pretty rude during Pride Month, no less. You better be sucking dicks to make up for speaking over and stealing a bisexual woman's words. Okay, you better fucking be doing it. All right. You better get some fucking confirmation that this is happening, because this is unacceptable, and I don't want to see it happen again.
Or you lived in poverty and they didn't do this, I think every single one of them would probably say, I wish they did it. That's the reality. I think it's like 80, 90%. And I think the ones...
Regardless of whether or not you're comfortable with it, our prude society will most likely ostracize you for it, which is unfortunate. I mean, 100%, of course, yeah. The problem is that you shouldn't base your life around what other people will think about you, right? Like, gay people should be gay if they're gay, and they shouldn't, it doesn't really matter whether society tells them that they're going to be ostracized. We should build a society that is more, like, tolerant, right? again, you can understand, and I'm not saying that you're taking any particular stance. I think you're just describing reality. But you can accept what reality looks like, but also recognize we shouldn't base our lives around where society is now. We should base our lives around what is moral and what is immoral. Morality being things that, things that are immoral are things that harm other people in a meaningful, like tangible way.
That would not say that out of ignorance because they don't know what it would be like. They're thinking about it in an abstract. Why would you give the decision to a child? Because I think it goes to show which one they would prefer. Are those the only two options? Yeah, in a lot of cases it is. The middle class in our society is evaporating. It's harder for people to get jobs. Absolutely, yeah. It's getting a lot harder for people to make money and be able to take care of themselves. It's very clear. Have you considered that someone that does OnlyFans would most likely be a shit parent? I don't know. I think it depends, right? I think there's plenty of shit parents.
Also, I will say the guy who made this original video, the other dude, whatever the fuck his name is, Domehead or whatever, Domey, it's very funny because those are the dudes that will, and maybe I'll be proven wrong. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll be proven wrong. I'm open to being wrong. They're always the first dudes to say, I'm not being sexist. I'm just describing a real problem that's happening. But they'll never use any examples of male sex workers.
You're missing the main part. The kids will get relentlessly bullied by schoolmates every day, having their mom called names and shit. Well, then just, you know, like expel the kids that are bullying them. Like, it's not even a question.
Also, more importantly, it's pretty hard to find out who's... Like, I didn't know any parents of any kids that went to school with me. Like, huh? I don't know of anyone. I'm sure it's happened, but like, it's pretty hard. When you're a child, you're like barely understanding what the fuck is going on. You certainly don't have time to memorize the faces and names of all of your classmates and their parents. Right? Because you first have to find that information out. Second of all, kids will bully you for anything. Also, a child can lie to another child? Yes, that's also true. It's just silly. Like, you're just saying that kids are cruel. I got bullied for literally everything. Like, anything you can think of, I got bullied for it. Weird. All of my friends, I met their parents and got to know them. It was the norm. Like, they were vetting us. But your friends, you got to meet the parents of your friends. Like, how are you going to know that Billy's mom does porn if you're not friends with Billy? And you don't even know what Billy's mom looks like. Like, someone has to find out that information first. No, she sells coke. You have to find that information out first, and then someone has to spread the information. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you as a parent, you can do a lot to make sure that that information doesn't come out. That's all I'm saying.
If the kid's getting bullied, then if you're bullying people in school, you should get kicked out of school. It's not complicated. Yeah, it's that easy. It is. It's not going to work. Of course it does. It absolutely works.
It's because Billy's mom is hated by all the other moms because Jimmy's dad beats off to her, and Jimmy overheard them yelling about it.
What are you talking about? You expect schools to care about kids calling each other names? Yeah, of course. Chat's trying to justify bullying because they don't like OnlyFans? Yeah. Like, you could make this same argument with, like, interracial marriages.
Yep.
Or like, oh, well, there's an interracial marriage, and the reason...
It's just, I would love for Asmongold to donate his body to science so we can study his brain, because I think it's so funny that he'll switch between just, like, saying nothing coherent to, like, yeah, but you have to understand that people would use this argument about anything. We would use this about interracial marriage. We'd use this about gay parents. It doesn't mean suddenly you should stop being proud or, like, out as a gay person because your kid might get bullied. That's not your fault. Are you doing something that is fundamentally wrong that hurts other people in a real way? No. Well, if your kid gets bullied for it, that's kind of unfortunate. It doesn't mean that you should stop that behavior.
And why it's bad isn't actually because it's inherently bad. It's because kids at school are racist and they're going to make fun of the.
Okay, if I was Asmongold, I would personally frame this. I think his brain was shaped by mold to provide viewers with an excellent, exciting roller coaster ride. This is chat message of the year, dude. Okay, I cannot. I've never seen such an amazing chat message. You're incredible. I love you so much. PYXYLY5. Amazing.
The kid for having an interracial parent. That's insane. Like the person is at fault because somebody else is going to attack them for it. That's horrible. It's completely different. No, it's not. How's it different? I think that people hate OnlyFans so
I love all the people in his chat being like, oh, that's different, but none of them saying why it's different.
much that they don't understand. Like, let me see here. I'll take, bro. So different. Explain how it's different. Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Explain how it's different. Bullies don't get kicked out of school, Asmon? Of course they do. People get kicked out of school for being bullies all the time. It doesn't happen enough, but it does.
I mean this nicely, but is your stream focused solely on the opinion of bigger streamers? I'm sad to say it, but yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah. That's why I spend most of my stream time talking about politics and like Trump. Yeah, yeah. It's true. It's true. I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm being honest with you all. It's just I'm sorry you guys had to find out this way. All right? I'm sorry. I've been clout chasing Donald Trump. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I've been clout chasing Israel. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be better. All of the time I spent covering the stuff in Gaza, I was clout chasing Hamas. I said I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry. Can you forgive me, please? Please. I promise I'll do it again. But only if you play the ukulele. Okay, got it.
I can't believe it. I'm leaving.
See, thank you for the pity. Oh, the mayor cat. Oh, the mayor cat. Come here, mayor cat. I'm clout chasing Mayor Cat. I'm sorry. I did it again. I'm sorry.
Does absolutely happen. And if you're bullying people, absolutely you should get kicked out. One of my previous classmates got kicked out of school. Yeah, it's not even a question. True, not often enough. It should happen more often. It should be. I don't like the idea that you can, like, nobody should go to school and expect to get bullied. And it's always bad. You should never bully somebody in school. There's literally no argument.
Also, any attempt to talk about a social issue that you think is prevalent, and then you use the reason, you justify it by saying kids are going to get bullied for this. You don't actually care about the bullying. You're actually kind of like victim blaming the bullies, and you don't actually care about dedicating any of your time to working to make bullying stop happening.
Argument against this. So if somebody is getting bullied at school, You can bully a kid at school for anything, and you guys know this. Like, we all went to school, probably. Almost all of us here went to public school. Almost every single time that any sort of, what do you call it?
I went to the same school for 5 years. I got bullied daily for no reason. Same. I got bullied for being a nerd. I got bullied for playing video games. So I stopped telling people I played video games. I got bullied for my ears being too big. I used to get called Dumbo. I guess the rest of my body grew enough that it's not that offensive anymore. I got bullied for my eyes being too big. I got bullied for being chubby. I got bullied for being poor. I got bullied for having body hair. I think I got bullied for my acne. I got bullied for having no class. So yeah, I definitely did get bullied. I did. Yes. And it was every day until I got to like high school, and then it happened a lot less, and I made friends with the other nerds. So yeah. Did you try to stop being poor? Oh, hi Ray. How's it going? I got bullied for having no riz. Yeah, no, I did. I swear, it's real. Ray, thank you for the 9 months of Prime. Thank you. Thanks. So yeah, with the Disney Channel flow. A girl called me poor in the 3rd grade because I didn't own any horses. That's crazy. She said you're horseless. Strawman me, bro. Thank you. Thank you for the gifts up to stop being poor. Thank you. Just buy a horse, stupid. Duh. Dude, growing up as like an adult and then hearing people talk about like how they used to go on vacation and how they've been to a bunch of countries and how they've been like road tripping and how they used to ride horses. And I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. Damn. I had to save up my allowance to buy a video game that I wanted to buy. Damn. Life is just different for us. Shit. Real? Oh, real. Damn. Never was bullied, but I always felt weird. All my friends had giant homes compared to me. It is a very weird experience. It's very weird.
Anybody is going to get bullied for something. People will figure out something that's wrong with you. Like whether it's the way your face looks, your skin, they're going to bully you for being fat, for being ugly, for your hair. They're going to always find something to bully you for. So like if the premise is that the person who's getting bullied is at fault, then you can expand that to anybody is at fault for getting bullied for anything. Oh, this is just somebody. See, this is the thing.
I got bullied for wearing blue a lot. Damn. They said, you want to wear blue so much? Don't worry, bro. We'll make you blue on the inside. So sad.
Right? People like this never actually have an argument. Private schools will be different. Kids' OnlyFans mom was expelled.
Blue daba diba.
This is a really bad example. So I'm going to explain why it's a bad example. So the reason why is because the girl's OnlyFans, the girl that did that, the parent, the mom, she was driving onto school grounds with an advertisement on her car for OnlyFans. So she was effectively going into a safe space for children and advertising pornography.
If what he's saying is true, I don't know about the specific school he's talking about and the specific person he's talking about. I totally agree. If for example, teachers who do OnlyFans, I don't think you should be banned because you do OnlyFans and you happen to teach. If you bring any of that into the classroom, you should be barred from teaching forever. At the very least, kids under 18, you should be barred. Or if you ever try and shoot anything at your school, you should never be allowed to teach again, ever. But if you show up to work, you talk about fucking trigonometry or geometry or whatever, congruent, whatever the fuck, you go home and you take some photos, I don't see a problem with that. You're not doing it at the school. You're not advertising at the school. You're not bringing any of that into the school. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think it's fair to fire teachers for shit like that. I think it's not fair. And especially not parents. If you as a parent have your kid enrolled in a private school, but you do not bring any of your sex work to the school ever. Yeah, that's fine. That's it's what you're doing in your time privately in your home. That's fine. I don't think it's fair to have your kid expelled from a private school because you happen to do something. I've 100% seen OnlyFans videos of people getting ass blasted in science lab, and it's so fucking wild to me. I mean, there are, to be clear, like studios you can rent out that look like classrooms, but I've always thought that was weird as well. I think he's talking about this. Florida mom, unsurprising, says Christian school expelled her children. Well, this is your first problem. It's a Christian school. Of course they would. Expelled her children because of OnlyFans decal. Even if there was an OnlyFans decal, I would expect a Christian school to do that. Does this show the video?
This morning, controversy near Orlando after a Florida private school expelled 2 children over a dispute with their mother. At issue, a sticker.
Oh, yeah. No. This should not be allowed. You should not be able to show up. If she wants to cover it with a sticker when she goes to pick up her kid, that's fine. This is not. This is if you are advertising something that is for adults, no. Fucking no. No. My state never gets mentioned for anything good. I'm sorry. Well, good news is when Ron DeSantis dies, he'll be mentioned. Your state will be mentioned, and that'll be good. Why would you advertise that to kids? I mean, presumably the mom isn't trying to actively advertise it to kids. She's advertising it everywhere. But bring a different fucking car to school. Bring some other fucking car. It's also weird to advertise I don't agree with that. The real crime is the parking job. TBQH, you're totally right. Her kids should be expelled because she can't fucking park. Woman moment. Okay, that was just a joke. I'm sorry. Okay, just one sexism. One. I'm allowed one sexism a stream. Okay, moving on.
That's why she got expelled. She didn't get expelled because she did OnlyFans. Like that's, and by the way, I completely support that. I forgot about that. Yeah, everybody, this is the problem, right? Is that people use people don't remember. I remember. It's totally different. I don't think the point is bullying is good or justified. I think that the rate of bullying will not match the expulsion of kids. We'll suffer from OnlyFans mom. This is something that can still fall outside of school too. The main solutions are to keep minors off the internet, but that's hard to implement. Yeah, I do think there should be no minors on the internet, period. Right?
There should just be like...
exactly.
I don't know how the fuck you would do this and if this is even feasible, but I think the only solution to minors on the internet is making like Internet 2.0. And the only people allowed on there are kids. Like you are not allowed as an adult to make content on Internet 2, on Internet 2.0. Remember how well that went with YouTube Kids? Yeah, but those were adults making content there. I'm saying that adults shouldn't be able to show up on these websites, on these platforms, right? Like, you can create some ID-based system. Wouldn't work realistically. What are we going to do? Upload IDs? I mean, yeah. I mean, you guys can, like, disagree with the idea. I'm saying that the only way that it would work is if you did that. That's it. That's the only way. And you wouldn't need to give anyone your ID if you don't want to use the kid internet. The only reason you would want to is if you're a fucking pedophile. So, yeah. You guys do realize kids have IDs in a lot of other countries, right? Yeah. It's just that America sucks. Also, people don't know about places like Korea, seemingly. Dude, you guys want to be pro? I changed my mind on IDs pretty hardcore after knowing two things. Number one was sorry, I'm loving the idea of like it being a privacy issue when you have all of your credit cards on your Google account. But sorry. Number one was the fact that you use your ID to scan for like Instacart. Well, that's different. Okay, sure, go for it. I wasn't trying to convince you. I'm just describing what convinced me. Number two was Korea having IDs for the internet. And only for one reason, and one reason only, which is it makes a huge difference in cheating in video games. Because guess what? If you cheat on your account, it is linked to your ID and you will get perma-banned from that game forever. You will hack that one time. No. It's not going to be so easy as getting like a VPN. It's not going to be easy enough. You can't just get a new hard drive or whatever the fuck is attached to your account in a hardware ban. No, you ban, you cheat, you ban. That's it. No more. And that is pretty fucking sick. That's pretty fucking cool. I'm gonna be honest. If I could get cheaters out of my fucking video games, oh my God. That would be amazing. That would be fucking amazing. But anyways, moving on. DNA banned, yeah. 13-year-old me would have gotten banned for LimeWire. Anyways. Okay.
What about freedom of speech? Just outright ban porn? Well, I don't know about that. Bullying is so nuanced, though. Kicking children out of an institution for their behavior at an age where they're impressionable might be singling out others because they fear for themselves. Kids are ruthless. No, I disagree. I think that people will rise to the expectations that you set for them. And if you allow kids to behave like animals, then they will behave like animals. And if you hold them to a higher standard, they will rise and meet that standard. Like, I'm sure all of you guys have been in classes where it's like, you know, you had a bunch of like idiot friends, and then you went to the class where it's like the football coach is the teacher and everybody's like, yes, sir, and no, sir. Absolutely. Like I've had this happen many times. So like this, yeah, it's the coach, right? The coach is the teacher. Nobody fucks around. So I think this idea that like kids are just going to be like this is completely untrue.
I think it's just talking about the phenomenon that like kids will misbehave in certain classes, but not necessarily in other classes, even though it's the same kid. And I've seen this true. Like I've had teachers that were just pushovers. And so like Billy in Miss Jean's class misbehaves all the time. He's constantly throwing shit. He's constantly yelling. He's interrupting. He can't stop misbehaving. But when he's in Miss Smith's class, he behaves because he knows he's not allowed to misbehave. And he tried it once, and she sent him directly, immediately to detention. And then he decided, that sucked. I'm not doing that again. Children are going to behave or misbehave in different ways depending on their environments and depending on who is supposed to be like the person in charge in that room.
Video where they took the phones away from them? Yeah, they did. Chat's entire argument would fall apart as soon as someone starts bullying them. Yeah, exactly. Because what you think is like an acceptable or a normalized thing to bully somebody for is not what other people will think.
I mean, to be clear, obviously, I disagree with him saying, okay, we should just kick those kids out of school because they started bullying. I just think that, like, there should be better programs for kids that misbehave in class. Because kids don't misbehave for no reason. And if they do, generally, it's very easy to fix that. Oh, thank you so much for the raid majority report. Thank you, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're talking about OnlyFans and kids misbehaving in class. I swear, it makes sense. I promise. But yeah, most kids who misbehave in classes, I promise you, they can be convinced that school is fun. The reason they misbehave is because they're fucking bored out of their mind learning about where George Washington was in fucking whatever year. That's why. That's why they misbehave, because they are bored out of their mind. They're not entertained. They don't understand that learning can be fun, and they just get punished every time they try and speak out. I mean, how many people in here had a teacher where you said, I'm confused, you raise your hand, you ask for help, and you don't get help? Or God forbid, the teacher makes fun of you. George Washington sucked his own dick in 1769. Boring. The kids don't misbehave for no reason, is what I'm saying. And the ones who do just need to be convinced to stop doing it. Otherwise, they should be given like more attention, right? Clearly, they're misbehaving because they're not getting more and the attention that they need. Shouldn't we have not quite remedial classes or like punishment classes, but we should have special classes with teachers that are specifically trained with dealing with problematic students and helping them learn to behave. And teaching them, no, school is fun. You don't know that school is fun because you've had some bad teachers, but like, okay, what is the problem with school for you? Why do you like to do this? And I promise you, you will get answers and you will help make progress. You don't just fucking expulge them or give them an expulsion. Excuse me. What's the... Expulsed? Expel. That was the word I was looking for. Thank you. You don't expel them, dude. You just give them more attention because that's what they need.
And this is, again, I think the problem that people make arguments for like bullying with OnlyFans is that I think the subtext for the kids will get bullied for their parents having an OnlyFans. This is maybe a extreme take, but this is what I believe. I think that people want that to happen because they want to have a social consequence for OnlyFans because they think that it's unfair that pretty girls can get paid a ton of money just for being
oh my God, someone turned on the based button in his brain.
Attractive. I think
oh
that's
my
the reason.
God.
I think they want to create this like consequence or this cost because of, you know, a morality reason, a jealousy reason, for whatever reason, they want to create like a bad outcome because they think that it's unfair. That's I think the bottom line.
I like the 5 chatters that disagree because they don't understand that they are the target audience that he's talking about. And they're like, look at this person. Look.
That
not everyone. So he's talking about you. Is that right?
That's I think.
You're missing the point. So he's talking about you, huh? Nah. So he's talking about you, huh? It is kind of unfair, though. So true, King. You know what? We should also start punishing men because it's unfair that men get to get a certain level of respect in the workplace. I think they should start getting paid less. There should be a social consequence. There should be some, or maybe even a material consequence, because you're right. When things are unfair, we should punish people that get to benefit from those systems instead of trying to teach kindness and empathy. Men need more consequences. I've got a long list of all of the things that are unfair, that are biased towards men. So we should have like a good list of punishments for them, I think. So ridiculous. I just don't understand. It's also not unfair. The reason people think, oh, pretty lady gets to make money on the internet, this is unfair, is because there's more women on OnlyFans than there are men on OnlyFans. But that's because men don't want to do OnlyFans. Men don't want to show butthole for money. Men are not willing to sit down. Most men...
I think the bottom line.
Oh, God.
It's about control. It is.
Most men are not willing to sit down, spread their cheeks, record themselves jerking off, and do that for 60 hours a week to make no money for years. Most men are not willing to do that. The men who are willing to also make bank. The men on OnlyFans who do that shit, they make so much bank. So much bank. It's just that, again, most men don't want to sit there and be fucking shaving their buttholes for like 5 fucking hours. God forbid. My butthole's not photogenic. Oh, I'm sorry. Have you tried bleaching? I don't know why you can't take me anywhere, man. Sorry. Sorry, I'm sorry, okay?
It is. I don't understand how these kids be getting bullied from OnlyFans, because how are these kids finding out about it? And then why is that not being addressed? Well, that's, again, like, of course, it's because that society will never accept somebody that contributes with nothing is getting more money than somebody who does.
I love the contributes with nothing coming from the person typing in an Asmongold. Yeah. Are they or are they not making porn that people are jerking off to? It sounds like they're contributing. I don't know, man.
Except somebody who contributes with nothing is getting more money than somebody who does. Well, if people are...
Do women pay for OnlyFans? Generally, no, but men pay for OnlyFans. And if you are a man that is willing to spend hours, like 40 to 80 hours a week, you know, recording, shaving, working out, eating well, showing butthole, jerking off, there's a lot of men that will pay for that. So if you're down to make porn for men, there's a lot of men that are willing to buy that porn. It's just that a lot of men don't want to do that type of content. So
giving you money for something, then who's to say what your contribution is? Well, I mean, I think that we can all agree that, like, in a lot of cases, people, like, some of the worst paying jobs are some of the most important jobs. And also, like, who are you to say who's contributing and who's not? If you have people giving you money for something, well, then it's worth that much money. And if you have people giving you more money for it, then it's worth that much money. I think that people have, like, this, like, moral fixation around supply and demand. And supply and demand is not moral. It doesn't go with your ethics. It just simply exists. It's like gravity or like physics. There are this many people that want something, this many people that are putting it out there, and if you sell it, this many people will buy it. Your value judgment of supply and demand doesn't change supply and demand. Sorry, I went off on kind of a tangent there, but that's my perspective for it.
I would do OnlyFans, but being straight, wouldn't that be baiting gay men? I mean, no. They're not paying to know that you're gay. They're paying to see you do gay things. That's... Yeah, I mean, there are straight women that do lesbian porn for lesbians. There's no lesbians that are mad that there's porn for them. And it's, unless you're lying about it, it's not, it's honestly, it's fine. Everybody knows that porn is a performance.
That's going to be a pretty odd topic to even talk about. Y'all remember when that one blonde OnlyFans girl, Elle Brooke, was on Piers Morgan? And she was basically saying how her kids are going to cry in a Ferrari once they figure out that she did OnlyFans.
How would you feel when you want to have kids yourself?
Well, I mean, I don't really want kids right now. But
you will do. How old are you?
25.
Right, so you will do at some stage, probably, right?
Maybe.
When you do, you're going to be proud that you have your little ones and they look at you and go, didn't you want to be a lawyer, Mummy? What happened?
Yeah.
And you go, yeah, but look at all my stuff.
They can cry in a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Like,
he knows it was a good response, and that's why he didn't say anything.
Don't get me wrong, that Ferrari is cool and all. It's pretty fast, and I mean, it does look nice. But once your kid gets out that Ferrari and walks through those school doors, it's over for that man. It takes one kid in that school to find out.
Oh, people will 100% figure this out. They will, absolutely. But I think that that's why the demand was considered immoral, so the law was created to hopefully get rid of the supply. So you think that, like, they should make it illegal? So, and this is, I think, the problem that a lot of people like this have. And I want to address this point because I think a lot of people have this. That's why there are laws against it. The man was considered immoral, so the law is created to hopefully get rid of the supply, right? I don't think that you ever the problem.
It's a $35 Uber from bro's eyes to his hairline. That is, I have never heard that insult before. That is a crazy insult. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh my God.
Problem with this type of thinking is that these people never actually think about this from any perspective other than their own. Because if other people adopted this same mentality that certain things are immoral and therefore we should make them illegal, then video games would probably be illegal.
Also, we kind of tried that with like alcohol and it didn't work. There are some human vices that are so prevalent, like, you know, getting horny, that even if you banned it, it wouldn't really work. You can't just ban things because you believe that it's immoral.
And so would some anime. Many things would be illegal. They tried, exactly, right? And so the big issue that a lot of people like this have is that they never think about what's going to happen whenever
inventing literal horny jail.
The shoe's on the other foot. Look at prohibition, right? For example. So it's easy for you to say, let's make the things that I don't like illegal. But the problem is whenever the person who doesn't like what you like says the same thing. That's the issue. And so, like, basically, you obviously you have to make some things illegal, right? So you have to
Okay, I won't lie. This is usually the most baby brain take, saying, well, like, if you made that illegal, then someone could make something you like illegal. But thankfully, in this case, it actually applies. More importantly, if you think something is immoral, you have to prove that it is immoral. And then you have to prove that banning this immoral thing actually causes a significant reduction and improves society. This is the reason why banning drugs doesn't work. People who want to get high on heroin are still going to fucking do it. Making it illegal, let's just assume chat, everybody, let's just agree heroin is bad, okay? Just for simplicity. Let's remove the second step. Let's remove the step of proving this thing is immoral. That one's a little bit harder to do anyway. So let's just assume heroin is bad. We shouldn't do it. Okay? Okay. Does banning it actually help the problem? Or does it make it worse? Oh. Banning it makes it worse. People continue to do it, but now they don't have safe places to do it. And now they start contracting diseases. And now they start dying. Because they're using products on the black market. And they could potentially be using used needles. And they could OD in a place that is not safe. And maybe actually banning it is bad. How about abortion? For the sake of this conversation, okay? For the sake of this conversation, no banning. I want to talk to all these people in chat that are coming in and talking some shit. Not like shit talking, but like talking some random shit. Abortion. Let's just agree abortion is bad. Let's just say abortion is always immoral. You are always killing a person. Sadly, the consequences of banning abortion are worse than not banning abortion. You just have a lot of women who are having forced pregnancies, some of which are dying because of the pregnancies. And some women are dying because they are trying to get black market abortions. So really, all you've done is induce suffering in a bunch of living creatures that have rights in our country to protect children that will now end up in foster homes that don't exist yet. It sounds like banning it is actually making the problem way fucking worse, actually. It's making it really, really bad. And that's sort of the same thing here. The baby brain version of this is, what if someone did it to you? But that's stupid. That doesn't matter whether it's your hobbies or your favorite things to do or your immoral proclivities. It has more to do with whether or not it's actually immoral and you can defend why it's immoral. Obviously, nothing is moral or immoral, subjectivity, whatever. And then prove that banning it actually does something. It actually does what you want it to do. You actually just described how I changed my mind on abortion during my reactionary days? Yeah. I mean, it's a good argument for a reason. Like, right? Clubs, thank you for the 8 months. Thank you. Hey, is there a world where straight women could be considered the same type of horny first men that men are for women? If so, what would be considered slutty for a straight guy to wear? Sorry for the two-parter. The sluttiest thing a man can wear is a crop top and a 2-inch inseam shorts. Women be horny, I promise. The thing is, women aren't actively outwardly horny because it doesn't necessarily mean that they want the attention from that particular person. They not like us. Off topic, but I tried the roach pussy sunscreen you recommended and I love it. I'm so happy to hear that. I really like it. Isn't it so like lightweight? You really like don't feel it at all. And I really like it. I like it. But anyways, this chat message as well. Would your children be proud if they knew you do OnlyFans? Change the question. Would the children be proud if they knew that their father consumed OnlyFans? Someone pays to see it, mostly married men, as the same people who consume that think it is immoral. It is hypocrisy. You know dads be jerking it to porn, right? Like, probably every single father in the US, let's exclude Mormons for the purpose of this conversation, and even them, they be jerking it. Every single father for the past, I would say, 4 decades has been jerking their meat to porn. Even prior to the internet, people were jerking off. I don't know how to tell you this. Your dad was jerking off. Paru Piru. Your dad definitely loved to jerk off. The vast majority of men do enjoy watching porn and jerking off. I'm a father, can confirm, yes. Would your children be proud to know that you jerked off? Are you proud to know that your dad jerked off? Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. Are you proud about that? Are you proud about thinking about that? You like thinking about that, huh? You sick fuck. OnlyFans did not cause or change any of this. This is like your opinions on porn. This has nothing to do with OnlyFans. OnlyFans is just an outlet for porn. That's it. I don't know how else to explain that in a way that's succinct. Unless you're agreeing that are you trying to say OnlyFans is good? Because I don't know why else. In which case, I apologize for going in so hard. But you did lead with, would your children be proud if they knew what you did on OnlyFans? In which case, I would suggest maybe, potentially, leading with different questions, because that is a question that generally is only spoken by people who feel very strongly against porn. Only time there's a problem. The only time porn is a problem is when people overshare their preferences in porn in public or are just way too sweaty about it. Correct. Absolutely based, absolutely correct. 100% agree with you. I don't care how cool we are, unless I specifically ask you to tell me what you want, what you like watching in porn. Don't fucking tell me. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Unless I am asking you, don't fucking tell me. In the same way that if I'm having a friendly conversation with another person, I'm not going to randomly start talking about the porn I like, right? But nobody does that because it's weird, except for like that one gooner that nobody talks to.
Of a higher frame of reference than like a moral judgment, whether something should be illegal or not. There has to be a higher frame of reference. And I think this is the problem that people have. People have tried to make video games illegal. Yeah, and they can't because we have the First Amendment. That's right. And thank God for that.
That's not what.
Yeah, that's my point. That's why church and government are separated. Absolutely. Legitimate question. Do you think it's good parenting to commit a crime to provide for your child? Well, it's like, I mean, it's good for the kid. It's bad for society. Right? So like, yes and no. And also like committing a crime and that is like, that's very different, right? Because like, you know, for example, stealing hurts somebody. Stealing directly hurts somebody in a tangible material way. That's why religion shouldn't be part of the government. Yeah, but like, I just, again, I think this is, I don't think that people like this. I don't think that they ever see the other side of their perspective and like what the outcome of that is. Like they only think about it like, oh, we're going to make everything that I don't like illegal. I don't know. Stealing food for your kid in a grocery store is kind of a gray line. It's not a gray line at all. It's obviously bad. And if you do it, you should go to jail. There's actually no gray area to that in any capacity. And if you followed that line of argumentation, it would immediately fall apart. Like this is something that sounds good to like Twitter socialists, but like the moment that this actually negatively affected them, they'd lose their fucking mind.
I love the idea of like taking Asmongold to the theaters to see Les Mis. And cheering on the villain. I love the idea that he's watching this and he's like, yeah, fuck that guy. He stole that bread.
You know what that means.
Unless he's being sarcastic, right?
No. Follow to the letter your itinerary. This badge of shame will show it till you die. It warns you're a dangerous man. I stole a loaf of bread. My sister's child was close to death. We were starving. You'll starve again.
Like, I like the idea of Asmongold watching this and being like, fucking true. You and your damn stupid ass fucking poor ass kids starve again. Stealing is wrong. Don't fucking steal a loaf of bread because your kid is starving. Stealing is wrong. Watched Aladdin, was like, Aladdin needs to get arrested right fucking now. Unbelievable.
It's not justified in any capacity. Disagree? You're going to disagree until somebody steals something from you whenever they think that they have a justification for it.
It's not when they think that they have a justification. It's when they have a justification that makes sense and feels right. It's not like this person thinks this or this person thinks this. There's a way to prove things that are immoral and things that are moral.
And then you're going to say, yeah, but that's not a justification to me. And they're going to say, yeah, but we're not thinking about you. I'm thinking about me. Again, nobody ever thinks beyond themselves. Completely self-referential ethics and morals.
Oh my God.
Terrible to do.
Oh my God. Can he please? Right. Asmon, if you're watching this, please go read John Rawls. Please, I'm begging you to read John Rawls. I'm begging you. I'm on my knees here, man. Please. You need it. You need it in your life, okay? There is something beyond. I want to do this thing because it is good for me. That's not how that works. Okay? You just... I just don't... Rawls, R-A-W-S.
Absolutely terrible.
Sorry, R-A-W-L-S, excuse me.
OnlyFans. Now your son is getting his head dunked into a toilet on a Wednesday morning before PE class. You're telling me that it's okay that you get clapped online, pile drive, put in a
like I'll be totally honest. Like if you're you know, giving kids swirlies, right? It's funny, right, in the movies. But if you do that to a kid, you should be immediately expelled. It's not even a question.
No, you shouldn't be immediately.
Yeah, it's not even a question.
You do one thing wrong at 7 years old, say goodbye to your life, you dipshit ass kid. Maybe you should have thought about that before you gave a swirly. It's a kid. They barely can exist without accidentally killing themselves. The fuck are you talking about, man? As someone who got bullied a lot, you can't just do that. They're kids. How else are they going to learn from their mistakes if you punish them permanently and they never get the opportunity and ability to learn again? Oh my God. Can I go full circle? A person ends up giving birth to a baby and it ends up having a rough time, so they steal a big box of diapers because they aren't making enough money. They don't want to pay for something else because it's more risky for their baby. What about that? Like, this is straight up Asmongold's worldview on like children being mean to other kids. You bully another kid ever, and this is what happens.
You're stealing, right to jail. You're playing music too loud, right to jail, right away. You're driving too fast, jail. Slow, jail. You're charging too high prices for sweaters, glasses. You right to jail. You undercook fish, believe it or not, jail. You overcook chicken, also jail. Undercook, overcook. You make an appointment with the dentist and you don't show up, believe it or not, jail, right away. We have the best patients in the world because of jail.
This is like actually Asmongold's worldview. Like straight up, it's Asmongold's entire worldview. Just like the idea of people becoming better doesn't exist. No one has ever become better in his world. It's like, no, you are evil now. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? You know, people can like make mistakes and then learn from their mistakes and become better people, right? I promise you, Asmongold, you've done some shit to somebody else. And by your own standard, you would not have gotten an education, okay? You can't just infinitely punish people and ruin their lives over the smallest things. Come on. Okay, come on. I don't know if you saw this AI art film drama on Twitter. It's insane. Filmmaker who already had a movie in the Criterion collection decided to implode her entire career to get the AI bag. This is like, it's like a movie that was made, an AI movie that was made. Tough. Yeah, people don't like AI, man. I don't know what to say. Nobody, yeah. This is, I do feel like there is some part of existence, human existence, specifically Americans, that like they just get really fucking mad when they realize there are consequences for their actions. What do you mean everybody hates me because I used AI in my movie? But that's not fair to me. It's like, I don't know how to tell you this, but people are allowed to dislike you for any reason, especially if it's a good one, man. Sorry. It's like the lady saying the N-word in her TikTok. It's like, dude, I don't know how to tell you this, but people are allowed to fire you for that. If you don't want to get fired for saying the N-word, don't say the N-word. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. It's like really not that hard. And I'm not like what she did was like 10 times not that hard, right? It's not like she was singing along to a song and was like, it was like, she recorded herself making a TikTok where she says the N-word and then press the post button. What's going on? Nova, thank you so much for the Prime. Thank you. And double downed on it on Twitter. It's like, because I am all for rehabilitation. And I'm all for making mistakes and learning from the mistake. I make mistakes. Fucking everybody in here makes mistakes. I'm not going to pretend to be perfect. Although sometimes I'm perfect. I'm just kidding. But I'm open to forgiving people if they apologize and they realize, yeah, okay, I didn't realize that this was so fucked up and I should have. And you're allowed to dislike me for this. But I am trying to be better. I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I'm sorry. It's like, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to tell other people whether or not to forgive you. But, okay. Yeah, I mean, I think you have a right to try and improve and become a better person. Anyways, moving on.
Like
Only Wormy is perfect. Exactly. Gotcha, man.
Not even for a second.
And put in the walls of Jericho.
Some kids deserve it.
For the world.
I know some kids deserve it, okay? I agree with you. Some kids are fucking obnoxious and they should get bullied. But the problem is...
Low-key, I definitely needed to get bullied in elementary school. Middle school, I don't think I needed to get bullied. Elementary school, like, I actually did have it coming. I was so annoying. I was actually the most annoying kid in the room. So, like, actually fair. Like, actually, like, I just wish they had bullied me for the shit that I deserved to get bullied for, not this other shit that I didn't get to deserve. Some of you are annoying. Some of you bitches are annoying. I am bitches.
Is that I can't rely on the bullies to use proper discretion. That's the issue. I think there's plenty of kids that'd be better if they got bullied a little bit growing up. However, you can't rely on them to be able to exercise proper restraint. That's why you can't have it.
To see, but it's somehow fine because you have a Ferrari. That is absolutely insane. If you thought that bullying was bad now, just wait until 20 years from now. These roast sessions are about to get brutal. That's why
it's not going to be that bad, because if the entire generation is like that, then it's not going to be the same type of problem. That's just the way it is. Like, if it changes society and everybody is like that, then it's going to be different. It's normalized. Yeah, it's just going to be normalized, so that's not going to happen.
you're ugly and your breath stinks. That's why your mom did OnlyFans.
I was bullied because I had Crohn's disease and I was sick a lot. I do think like kids who are not able-bodied or any kids who are dealing with any type of developmental problems at all, I do think that the school should be more strict. Like you should get like a week suspension for bullying kids for ableism. When it comes to issues like I'm bullying you because like I think you're uggo or whatever, that's a problem of like you have to target those kids and actually improve their mentality around other kids. But I do think it's just, there is another level of fucked up of like just straight up, you're just ableism. This is just ableism. Those kids should have some semblance of punishment and they should be able to tell the parents, no, we're serious. Your kid cannot do this. Like you we cannot have people making fun of kids for this, right? Because that one it just feels like it should be a not like a permanent one, not a permanent punishment, but yeah.
If your mom did OnlyFans, you might as well go mute because that's the safest option. Like these OnlyFans pictures are never gonna leave the internet. I don't think people realize that. And also, just because you retire from OnlyFans, that doesn't mean that the pictures and videos retire as well. For
you know, bro, we gonna bring up Mia Khalifa?
Example, do y'all remember the ex-adult film star Mia Khalifa? The other
God, oh my God. How pea-brained do you have to be that like even fucking Asmongold can predict what you're gonna say? Oh God. The day that happens to me, just like, I have to end it all. Close my computer permanently. Go outside, never get back on a computer ever again.
You know, there's some things I disagree with this guy on, right? But other things I don't. Yeah, that's what it was, right? And so, depends how big the creator is. Yeah, definitely. And I think also, like, you're right that, like, if you do OnlyFans, this will always be, like, people will never let you forget that. Like, it's never going to happen. And I think also the reason why Mia Khalifa is different is because she's an obnoxious bitch. That's the real reason. Because,
like, when I'm totally normal. Oh my God. What the fuck? Jesus. Sorry. He had too many base takes in one video. So the mold kicked in. It was like, wait. We've been going uphill and downhill too gently. It's time to go way downhill now.
For example, Sasha Grey, I watched her play Demon Souls the other day, and it was great. Nobody was being rude to her. Everybody was positive and nice. So there's tons of girls that move past doing porn and they're respected and liked. The reason why nobody likes Mia Khalifa and keeps bringing it up is because
excuse you, I love her and I would die for her, so shut the fuck up.
Acts like she's a fucking
She has done so much for brown girls that wear glasses. Silence. Silence.
Them whenever she decided to do it as a fucking adult. And then she acts like, oh, well, they made me do that. Get the fuck out of here. You're an adult. What's going on? Is she authentic as well? Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, people like her. So that's the reason why people keep bringing it up with her. It's because she acts like she tries to skirt the responsibility of it. She doesn't embrace, yeah, this is what I used to do. And it's so bad that this happened to me. I'm actually a victim.
Huh? I gotta hear that again.
She acts like she tries to skirt the responsibility of it. She doesn't embrace, yeah, this is what I used to do. And it's so bad that this happened to me. I'm actually a victim. No, you're not. Nobody'd be talking to you in the first place if you didn't do porn in the first place. That's just the truth.
I'm not sure how else to say this.
I'd be talking to her because she's dope as fuck.
I don't know how, again, I don't know how else to say this. So just like, wish me luck. But I think Anita Sarkeesian and Mia Khalifa have one thing in common, which is they make certain dudes really mad to the point where they stop being able to think. Mia Khalifa even more so because she's so hot that men, when they see her, they start losing IQ points. And then also just hate her so much. It's very sad. I don't know how else to explain this concept. She was a victim. This would be like saying Gypsy Blanchard was not a victim because she did blah or blah or blah, or because people wouldn't know her if not for that. That's fucking stupid. That is the dumbest, fucking most fried brain take you could ever have on the planet. Like, she was a victim. She was given a predatory contract at a very young age, and she was targeted because she was young, and she was coerced into doing scenes she didn't feel comfortable doing. And then they made so much money off her, and she was dealing with actual fucking death threats. And then, guess what? Guess what? She tried to like leave porn behind her and go do bookkeeping or some other random shit. And she was too recognizable. I think she was trying to be a paralegal. She was too recognizable to be hired or to stay hired. Yes, she was a victim. She went back on the internet because she realized she couldn't do anything else. Like, to pretend like she was not a victim is just a joke. And she is allowed to talk about her experience as a victim. Mia Khalifa, we're talking about. She's allowed to talk about her experience being a victim and also recognize, which she does. Yeah. I do have a lot of the fame that I have now because of my early career in porn, but that's not what I wanted. Also, hasn't she also stated that her boyfriend at the time pressured her into doing a lot of that stuff? Yes. Yes. Correct. It's kind of giving like the same energy as people were like, you know, Hassan had wealthy parents. Did you know that? So-called socialist Hassan. He had wealthy parents at one point. It's like, that's a totally unrelated point. Like, I don't know why the fuck you're even bringing it up. You recognize someone that's coming from a position of privilege can realize when they lose that position of privilege how fucked the rest of society is. You realize this, right? Like, you can't just say two random things and then not prove any of them or explain how they're related at all. I think she's talked about it. Mia Khalifa's talked about her experience in the porn industry and how unbelievably predatory it is. And she's talked about how she only made like 12 grand off of all of the porn videos she made. And the rest all went to her management team that made a fuck ton of money off her for videos that got millions of views. So, yeah.
Day, she was actually on Twitter talking about how singer Tyler should stay away from these.
I get wanting to cultivate that young audience, but at what cost? Stay away from these little streamers. What a stupid bitch.
I'm gonna say something. Oh my god, I hate this guy so much when he does this shit. Why? I'm gonna say something, okay? I think it's that Asmongold has like this ideologue. It's very ironic, but I think he has this ideologue sensor inside of his brain that he is naturally predisposed to hating ideologues. In general, however, it seems to only apply to people who are on the left. And I will say very proudly that I do think that Mia Khalifa is an ideologue. I think she believes what she believes in, and she believes it very confidently. And I don't think in general she does a great job of suggesting other alternatives or listening to other viewpoints. But I think that that's her prerogative. If that's what she wants to do, then that's what she can do. And I understand being frustrated with people who are ideologues. But this is just like, you just look fucking stupid doing this shit.
Oh my god.
It's just
streamers.
It's dumb.
Because Kai Snat and Tyler recently did a stream with each other, and when I tell you, all hell broke loose in the comment section because people just started dropping pictures.
Bro, I remember this.
Oh my god, it's so funny. Like, they started posting pictures of her naked. It's so funny.
All he did was he dropped a link to like a photo of her like sucking a dick or something like this. Bro, that was it. It was over. It was over. That was it.
Clapped from like 8.
The lack of consistency is not good, Asmon. It's not good. It's crazy that you've spent most of this video defending sex workers and defending that sex workers should be allowed to do what they want to do and not be punished for it forever. And then proceed to be like, dude, he fucking roasted her when he posted her doing sex work. Lol. It's like, you literally, oh my god. Do you not realize how this is opposite of everything you've said for the past hour? Oh my god, it's crazy.
8 years ago, dog. And that's what I mean by these pictures never really leave the internet. It doesn't matter when you retire, these pictures are always going to be there.
See, like, but the reason why that happened is because she was trying to play this, like, fucking moral, I'm better than you, Kai's bad, because of what? For what reason? Why? Like, that's the reason why they did that. Like, they wouldn't be bringing that up with her if she acted like a normal person, but she's fucking obnoxious. So, of course, they're going to bring it up. Because, like, oh, well, these people are bad. Like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, she has OnlyFans. Does that mean she's retired? No, it means she ran out of money from porn.
God.
Dog, that scene probably
Just,
happened.
it's just a bag of rocks up there. I don't understand. You know, like in Inside Out, the people that press the buttons, he's got like one that functions that actually can press the buttons correctly. And then he's got like 30 in there that just press the buttons randomly. Like, I just don't understand, dude. This is so stupid. This is the dumbest thing on the planet. What the fuck are you talking about? You just disagree with what she said. That's it. That's what happened. You disagreed with what she said, and you don't like how confident she is about it. It's actually the same reason a lot of people dislike you. It's actually exactly the same. It's the same reason that people post pictures of your blood teeth. That's why they do it. Okay? It's because they don't like how confidently wrong you are in the same way that you feel about that person. Oh my God. I just don't.
Ages ago, but since it's online, that picture is now forever. And what's even
And we all know it. Everybody knows it.
sadder is that when these OnlyFans girls do try to be serious and turn their lives around, no one ever takes them seriously. Like if an OnlyFans girl tried to transition into different content, like maybe YouTube or like Twitch.
Do you actually want to know the real reason that I started doing OnlyFans? Even though I don't do porn or nudity, the reason I started doing it was because the reason I was hesitant to do it was because I was like, oh, well, like, what if people don't respect my positions on random political commentary because of it? And then I remembered, oh, people already don't because I'm a woman. There's already some subset of people that don't inherently. Me doing sex work is not going to convince those people either way. It never was going to. It wasn't going to before or after. The same people who would have respected me now are going to be the same people who... And then I was like, wait, let me just do what I want to fucking do. I want to take some pictures. I want to do some cosplaying. Hell fucking yeah.
Streaming, it wouldn't work because a lot of people...
I disagree. I actually think that there's a lot of cases of girls that do it and it's no problem. And obviously people always bring it up. I think that what people don't like is they don't like the disingenuous nature of girls that swap away from doing porn and then they act like it was a mistake or like it wasn't their responsibility to do it. That's what the issue.
Wow.
Like, I mean, a bad take? Well, no, I mean, like, it's...
I don't understand. What?
It's not really about, like, I'm just saying, like, this is what I've seen, I've experienced it. Yeah, Shibuya Kao is, yeah, I
think he meant to say accountability, not responsibility.
I know who that is. Yeah, that is a good example. There's a lot of examples. And so the problem is, like, whenever you are... Shibuya? Yeah, Susu. Yeah, exactly. Like, a lot of people... Like, I think Susu is a great example. Yeah, people like them. The issue is whenever you do it and then you try to morally grandstand over other people.
But she wasn't morally grandstanding. Mia Khalifa currently does OnlyFans content now. Her frustration was always about the porn industry and how there are so many predatory porn companies that actively exploit the women in their companies because they can. It's not any moral grandstanding. It's her discussing her experience working in an industry that exploits people without any second thought. It has nothing to do with that. I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
And when you try to morally grandstand over other people, nobody likes it at all. Like, people fucking hate this. So that's why, for example, people will bring up like, oh, Hassan has a big house. Like, is this really a good argument? I think it's not, but in their mind it is. Nobody wants to be talked down to. Nobody wants to be told what to do. So the first thing that the people are going to do whenever they get told what to do is they're going to say, who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? Look at you. And by the way, I think that's totally fucking fair. Don't tell me what to do if you're not doing it.
What was Mia Khalifa telling you to do?
Keep it to your fucking self.
Wow.
What about the girls that try and do porn, try to get a regular job? Do you think it's possible for them to return to a regular job again? Yeah, for sure.
I'm in awe. I'm in awe.
Poor girls need to take their money and shut the fuck up unless they're not complaining. Yeah, it's like, and that's really the issue. But it's also like, for example, people that like, here's another parallel, Steak, right? Taking like people like, if XQC ever says anything, or like Aiden or a lot of these other guys on Kick say anything, people will always bring up Kick as a way to like be like, oh yeah, by the way, I don't really like, you're like, what you're saying doesn't apply to me. I'm not going to listen to you because of this. That's what happens. Gamba sponsor, right? And so, but the reason for that isn't really because of the Gamba sponsor. It's just that that's the ammunition that they're using. People just don't like being told what to do. If you want to make people hate you, start telling them what to do. Nobody likes being told what to do. That's just the way it is.
What?
People are only going to see them as that girl that was getting clapped on camera. I mean, it has worked in some instances, but a majority of the time, it's not going to work at all. For example,
because they're obnoxious.
This one OnlyFans girl named Nala who basically stopped doing OnlyFans to pursue religion. And when I tell you, nobody took her seriously. Did she get baptized in semen? Biggest meme of all time. This is delusion at its finest. Your entire internet presence is you not choosing God. And honestly, like,
here's the problem, is that this is not a problem of her doing it. Because I think that the Bible, like some of the most, you know, like devoted people in the Bible, it's like people that did a million things that were wrong and then they changed their life because of it, right? She can still repent. Yeah, that's the crazy thing, at least about Catholicism, right? Is like, it doesn't matter. All of those things that she did, Jesus still loves her, right? If you want to use the religion argument, he still does, despite all of that. So it's actually not because of the religion. The reason why they're shitting on this girl, I'm going to tell you why. It's because they think that she's inauthentic and she's doing it for attention. That's why they're doing it. It's not because she did OnlyFans.
I'm
Catholic?
I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a complete loss for words. OnlyFans, the original video, Domi says, how OnlyFans ruin an entire generation. OnlyFans ruin an entire generation because women who do porn that happens to be on OnlyFans continue to get insulted for doing porn. What is this? What the fuck does this have to do with OnlyFans? You're just talking about porn. That's all you're talking about. You're not talking about OnlyFans inherently. That has nothing to do with OnlyFans. That has everything to do with just how men view women who they see as whores. That's it. That's it. That's all you're talking about. That's literally it. And I can't even begin to comprehend what Asmongold is talking about. I literally can't even begin to comprehend it. It's too moldy for me. It's too moldy to even taste. It's like when you get a piece of blue cheese that's particularly stinky and you're like, I can't. I'm sorry. That's just, even for me, that's too much. I'm sorry. Let's try 10 more seconds.
I was raised Roman Catholic. I'm not religious, but I know about it.
Okay.
Like, even though it's messed up, these comments are messed up, I can understand why. Because number one, it happened all of a sudden. And number two, she used to get clapped online, and that was her
people, by the way, people love that story. Here's a great example. Speedwagon from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That's what it's all about, right?
Okay, I can't. I can't do that anymore. I'm done. Even me, even I cannot. All right. Oh my God. The fuck was he saying about Speedwagon? I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know, man. Speedwagon was a villain for all of one chapter. It's such a funny redemption story. That's quite the stream. That was quite the stream. I think all of us got a little bit of brain mold. The mold has infected all of our homes. I highly recommend going and getting a mold test to make sure that you're safe and it's at a healthy level, because it's not for me for sure. I have to go shower, I think, to get it off me. I don't know how else to fix this problem, to be honest. So I'm going to go shower and then maybe sleep for a couple hours and try and recuperate. And I will see all of you guys tomorrow, but make sure to stay hydrated. Tell your homies you love them. And I will see you in the next stream tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for coming. And see you soon.